Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling, 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 hustling. Every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling.
Canelo, are you ready?
I was born ready.
Considered by many to be, pound for pound, the best fighter in the world today. 4-division, 5-time world champion.
Oh, look at this guy.
He is now boxing's first ever undisputed super middleweight champion of the world.
Damas y caballeros de Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico.
¡Viva México, cabrones! You don't know my level, and you will see, because I'm gonna fuck out everybody.
You know, I mean, I would love to fight Canelo. I would love to show the world that I'm the best.
I want to get Canelo out here to Houston.
Oh, Canelo, where your cojones at? Let's get it.
Payday, payday, you want payday. I know that. Man, you fight with nobody.
TheBoxingVoice.com.
Listos, pelos, chingazos.
He smacked the shit out of Canelo in
Get
person.
the fuck out of here, man. Please. I wanna knock out this guy. Mira, en este momento puedo hacer lo que yo quiera, ¿no?
Saul Canelo Alvarez.
SDS Promotions.
That's funny.
What up, what up, what up, what up? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. I am your host, Nesta Gibbs, coming with you, to you with another one. Yes, Daniel Alvarez will be joining us in just a bit. Until then, we'll be discussing the latest, most breaking news running around the world, and that is coming from the face of boxing. He's finally done what some fight fans on this very show have been begging. You know who you are. You've asked for this. You said, why doesn't he just go ahead and do this? And this is giving these fighters an ultimatum, letting them know that there will be a consolation prize if they fight each other. Canelo Alvarez yesterday has taken to social media. Well, should I say he did an interview with Ellie Setback that has gone viral on social media, and he's basically told the 168-pounder division, the fighters that are asking for a shot, he's basically told them to face each other, and he will face the winner. So right now, I'm going to go to Menace Boxing, and obviously we're using his artwork for our thumbnail. Shout out Menace. And he did the honors of saving us the legwork, right? We don't have to run around. Here is what Canelo said, and I quote, "They need to fight each other, and I'll fight the winner of all of them." But here's the audio.
But they need to fight each other too, because they just waiting for me because they want a good payday. So I know that, but they need to fight each other. Why? And I fight the winner of all of them.
So you want to see like.
So he said they need to fight each other, and he fights the winner of all of them. He understands that they're just waiting around like mimes, statues, because they all want a payday. But he's letting them know that's not how you're going to get it. But it looks like I got my co-host who joined alongside here all the way in Las Vegas. Is it still cold, Mr. Alvarez?
It is, in fact, not cold.
Okay.
It was like
79 yesterday. Got in a hot tub as the sun was setting. So it was a very nice day.
So you was out here balling, jumping in hot tubs. You got any mimosa shipped to you? You had no waitress with the mimosas?
Nah, I don't. What kind of mimosas? Hold on.
I don't know. You the drinker, not me. I'm the smoker. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, yeah, but they got, they got some tree called mimosa.
Some tree?
I got that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, look at you. You becoming a regular connoisseur over here, yo. Shout out to Vegas. Turned my man into a smoker for real. But how'd you receive this news? I know you seen this. Old man like me, I seen this around 6 o'clock yesterday. I wanted to go ahead and do it last night. I promise you. I was going to say, man, let's do it at 6:30. Actually, you and I, we did speak. I decided to save this for the morning because it was a very good topic. Obviously, it's running around the internet. But what's your thoughts, man?
No, obviously it's good to hear, Canelo speak out. Let it be known that he's not afraid. Let it be known that he wants those fights, which I feel like majority of the people already knew.
Probably didn't believe it though.
You think they believe it now?
Do they believe it now? Not the haters, right? The haters are always gonna hate. That's part of it.
So there you go. Like I was telling you, people, no matter which way Canelo went, people was gonna complain. But no, man, I like it, and I actually think it will happen. I do think he'll fight Benavidez. I do think he'll fight Charlo.
But obviously they gotta fight each other. The way that he's making it sound like yo, y'all fight each other. So somebody's got to fight somebody in order to earn the shot.
Who do you think? Who do you think would end up fighting?
I would hope it's Charlo Benavidez, right?
That's what we would hope for, right? But I really think it's gonna be like one of those other dudes. Like
that's the thing. Like imagine it's Charlo versus Plant, which is something that's been building up. I don't know.
Benavidez.
But I don't know that Canelo fights Plant again. You know what I mean? If he wins. So maybe that's not the best option.
But no, I was gonna say, you know what I think? I don't think it's gonna be like 4 fights. I think it's gonna be like 2 fights or 3 fights. I think it's gonna be like 2 fights. So instead of having 2 fight each other, like 2 fights and then the winner of those 2, I think it's gonna be 2 fights and that's it.
What do you mean?
And I'm saying like I think it's gonna be like Charlo versus somebody and then Benavidez versus somebody.
Yeah, Steven Espinoza is saying that Charlo's going to be in a big fight. I don't know what big fight they're going to find for him with Murata busy with Triple G. I guess Chris Eubank just won, but he's with Boxer.
You talking middleweight, though. You don't think it's going to be at 68?
It could be 68. Charlo. It could be 68. But again, who is this big fight? Steven Espinoza, the president of Showtime. Who is he talking about? What's this big fight that they're working on for Charlo?
It could be Plant. It could be David Morrell. I don't think it's going to be Benavidez, though. I don't see it.
But you're making my point for me then. If Plant is the big fight, then again, I don't know that is, as a team, the right thing to do, because if Plant wins, if he happens to beat Charlo, then what? He's not guaranteed a shot at Canelo because Canelo already faced him. He would have to beat everybody. He would have to beat Charlo, then beat Benavidez in order to truly earn a shot, where Charlo and Benavidez, if they fought each other, the winner probably earns a shot. You don't think?
No, I absolutely do. But do you think Al's going to want
2 of his undefeateds in the ring with each other?
Yeah,
you got this
without Charlo at least having a welcome fight to 68.
You got this welcoming offer from Canelo, do you not take it serious? Do you not do what he says? I don't know that would be smart of Charlo not to fight one of these guys, since Canelo's letting you know, look, this is how you get it done. You want a payday, fight each other, I'll fight the winner. Again, makes sense in theory, but there's no contract, so no one can really hold Canelo to his words. But I got some super chats. First one, Big Fish Vega, shout out to Florida. Good morning, TBV, community, Ness, and co-host. What up? What up to you, champ?
What's going on?
I got Fred Robinson that comes back. Well, first one of the day says, does anyone else find it weird no other fighters have to meet this criteria? Billy Joe and Plant never fought. Or Smith versus Fielding. Why all this now?
Belts. I mean, I really feel like it's that simple. I feel like Callum Smith had a belt fighting you. Oh, in order for this WBC belt to be on the line, when I fight Callum Smith, I got to fight Yildirim next. No worries. We'll turn around 10 weeks later. We'll fight him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Billy Joe got the WBO. No problem. Turn around 9 weeks after Yildirim. We'll fight him. Oh, Plant. Okay, cool. He next. Took a little while. We'll fight him. Like, it's the belts. Didn't same shit. Rocky Fielding, he had a version of the WBA.
Yep.
I think he had the regular. So it's like, bro, it's easy.
Yeah. So when they say what did he do,
but they need to fight each other too.
When they say what did he do, what he did was have the belt that Canelo just so happened to want. You know, it's that simple.
It's that simple. It's real easy. Do I think Rocky Fielding is a big name? No. Do I personally, or did I? Because it's changed. I didn't used to. I'm like, bro, that's a regular belt. What the fuck? But guess what? The International Boxing Hall of Fame, they acknowledge those regular belts. So Canelo will be acknowledged for being world champion at 168. Not when he beat Callum Smith, but when he beat Rocky Fielding December 15th, 2018 at Madison Square Garden. And that's just the bottom line.
Mm-hmm.
So, am I saying those are the biggest names? No. Am I saying he became undisputed in 11 months? He did. You know what I mean? So, I don't know, bro. Like, I've been saying it, preaching it. No matter who he picked, which way he went, somebody was going to be upset.
I mean, but there's no public outcry. You know, you got a few people here and there, but you got a lot of hardcores calling into this show basically saying Bivol is a decent pick and dangerous opposition.
See, let me tell you how silly I am. I'm silly, bro. I thought this man just undisputed, just fought 4 times in 11 months, just undisputed in 11 months.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yo, they going even if he wants to take an easy fight next, the public is going to allow him. He just undisputed in 11 months. No way they're gonna care who he fights next. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Even if it would have been a Junior Macabu, I'm like, what's wrong with that?
I mean, in theory, there's nothing wrong with it, but when you're the face of boxing and we look forward to your fights are like events in the sport, you know, we're expecting it to always be that. So some of the opponents mentioned, they were letdowns. For me, there was disappointment when Bivol was chosen.
But that's because that's not the fight you wanted. But
Mm-hmm.
you said it's not a bad fight.
It is not a bad fight, and it is a dangerous fight.
Well, that's like every day. That's like every day. My lady wake me up with some head, and then Tuesday morning, she chose not to. But you just did 6 out of the 7 days. Shouldn't I be grateful or should I be complaining? That's what it is with these people, bro. You happy, 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 or maybe you not, right? Maybe you feel that Canelo paid all these sanctioning bodies to have Smith in front of him, Yoder in front of him, Billy Joe in front of him, Caleb Plant in front of him. You get what I'm saying? No matter what, people always gonna complain. And if Canelo is really stuck on fighting for undisputed at light heavy, shit, that could be done this year.
You know, I hope when I say this, you have done it. But what's your man, the Canelo hater, say? Have you checked? Do you follow him? Do you know if David is happy with the selection of Canelo? And I mean the ESPN show host, David Faltansing.
Yeah, I don't follow him. I'm gonna be honest with you.
No, I figured, he didn't like Canelo. You might not follow him anyway.
You know what though? And it's bigger than Canelo.
Oh,
yeah.
You said other sports too. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like that with other sports. So.
But has he had an opinion as of yet? Like, I'm shocked.
That's what I am pulling up now. Like I said, I don't follow him. Look, first thing on his Twitter is him shitting on my Mexican soccer team. Like, bro, see, that's what I'm talking about.
But is he shitting on the Mexican face of boxing? That's what I want to know. What's his opinion over this fight? Because he's a real big Gennady bandwagon guy. Like, he was pumping for that final Gennady fight.
I am scrolling. When did they officially announce it?
I want to say 2 days ago, right?
It was Saturday, right? It was Saturday.
Let me see here. We did that official show on February 25th. 4 days ago.
Okay.
In the meantime, if you're just tuning in, we're talking Canelo finally telling David Benavidez, Jermall Charlo, and even Demetrius Andrade that he would fight the winner as long as they fight each other. So whoever comes out on top gets that Willy Wonka ticket. We had one of our callers suggest this many months ago. He said, why doesn't Canelo tell them to fight each other and then, they get the winner? I'm sure they will if he did that. Well, now he's done it. Let's hope that they are interested because it would be, amazing for us as boxing fans to have them all fight each other and then the winner come out as the crowned knight to go into battle with Canelo.
Yeah, I'm still looking, bro. It seems like
no problem. I got Big Fish Vega back with another one, and he says
actually he tweeted yesterday. Not really shitting on Canelo.
Mm-hmm.
He said if FIFA and other sports organizations are eliminating Russians from all competition, what should Canelo do? Should he cancel his next fight against Dmitry Bivol?
So, it's funny you bring that up. Wow. I've had a guy hitting me up left and right, sending me Russian news and how other Americans or even Russians that live in America are denouncing Russia. They're trying not to align themselves with Russia. So it would be interesting. Does this cause Canelo to pull back from this Russian opponent who won't be able to fly his flag at the ring? There's a list.
No national anthem.
Yes.
The country will not even be named.
It won't be named.
when announcing the fighter.
And since we're giving details about Russia, some details about Dazn, the price is being raised and you will have to pay $50 a year more. People like myself that are locked in.
Hold on. What do you mean?
So the yearly subscription is moving from $100 a year to $150 a year. $50 hike. Anybody like myself that already has the $100 a year, we're grandfathered in. But anyone like yourself who doesn't have it, you would have to pay $150 a year. Divided into 12 months, you are paying about $3 more than me because I'm paying $883 a month. This is $1250 a month with the $50 increase. So you wanted Canelo to fight Bivol. Well, there you go.
So on top,
believe me, if he didn't sign this deal, you wouldn't have to pay $150 and you wouldn't have to pay pay-per-view. Believe me, if he was on another channel, they wouldn't be announcing their pay-per-view yet. They needed a big name, an attraction to drive you to their price change. Now, I know on this show we spoke about it before, Danny, and it was like the PBC haters saying that Al didn't have the money to pay Canelo. That in fact he was only offering 50 because Canelo can generate that. So he's offering Canelo's own money. Well, I guess the Zone is doing the same thing, or not, because they've decided to raise the price and charge us pay-per-view. Looks like Danny's stuck there trying to read. What you got caught doing, buddy?
Yeah, I went back to when the fight was announced, and your good friend David Faitelson from ESPN, in Spanish, basically he responded to somebody who put out an article of Julio Cesar Chavez basically hinting that there's nobody who can beat Canelo in the sport right now. So
he's saying that? Faltan sí?
Julio Cesar Chavez Sr.
Oh, okay.
So someone posted the article of him saying that Faitelson responds by, "There's nobody invincible on top of the ring." It's weird to hear those big words from Julio Cesar Chavez. I think that with Bivol and with Golovkin, Canelo is favorite, but it won't be easy fights. The fights have to happen. They have to step in there, and they have to win the fights.
Good of him. A lot of people try to discredit these Eastern Europeans, and they're calling them country rock bands, and they don't have enough melanin. Canelo's afraid of the slick black fighter. Is it now too late since he's left the black fighters for last? Will they always have the excuse of, well, Canelo waited till they got old. He left them for last.
How old is old, right? How old is old, right?
It seems like Charlo won't get the fight till he's 33 or 32, turning 33 now. Like Canelo said, I'm busy. I don't know if I gave you that last soundbite, though. That's what he says. Let's go back to that. He says that. He's like, I'm busy. Like at the end of the audio and shit. Yeah, that's what he does.
Canelo and Jermall Charlo are 2 months apart. You know what I mean? Canelo has a longer professional run.
And he's boxed more rounds, so there's no way physically that he can be fresher than Charlo. Charlo technically is fresher. He doesn't have the amount of box rounds. He doesn't have the amount of level of competition, so he hasn't been hit by the same level of pressure and power as Canelo. So in theory, Charlo should have more rounds, but sitting idle, getting rusty, losing your timing isn't what anyone wants from their Charlo. They want
what that got to do with Canelo? What they got to do with him? That ain't his concern. That ain't his problem. His issue to deal with. So there was something else regarding this fight, regarding when this article came out with the news. Well, there's a few things that also came of it. Are those going to be discussed as well regarding people in the gym, regarding possible location?
What do you mean?
Well, in that interview,
because when you say people in the gym, you got me thinking that you want to talk about the Ryan situation, which I'm happy to do. People were sending me that yesterday. And I think it's going to be hard for me to ever do an entire show on Ryan unless it's like an official fight announcement. Like I'll do.
No. I'm not saying do an entire show.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say. Like I wouldn't do an entire show on him unless it's like a fight announcement. So this is the perfect opportunity to mention that Canelo took shots at Ryan, saying to the public that he only trains 20 minutes and then leaves and come back 4 days later. So, you know, the social media gang is really on Ryan right now. Because Canelo is who he is. So if Canelo says you're only 20 for 20 minutes, then he doubles down on his social media and says, Ryan, stop lying. Don't be lying to the people. So, you know, they both calling each other liars. You know, Ryan isn't calling Canelo a liar. He's basically saying like, yo, Canelo don't really know what's going on. You know, he don't know about Frank Sanchez. And, you know, Ryan's spilling all the tea in the gym, trying to make it seem that Eddie Reynoso is irresponsible, doesn't show up to train you, only showed up for the last, 2 days of the Frank Sanchez fight, the last 1 week of his fight, wasn't around for Virgil. That's why Virgil left. I mean, Ryan's on his Twitter, chatty, patty. What do you think? You're on mute. I'm like, yo, he's taking long, and that's why you're on mute.
Yeah, sorry about that. About Ryan's comments or Canelo's?
About the whole situation.
You know, I'm a firm believer that there is 3 sides to every story. Your side, my side, and the truth. I think that those 3 sides necessarily, when you hear them, aren't divided evenly, right? I do believe, and I have no reason not to, that Canelo would be making shit up about him coming in to only train for a certain amount of time, him going missing for a certain amount of time. I mean, Ryan had a fight canceled due to mental health issues. So, you know, knowing they've always kept a small gym, right? So people like, oh, Eddie has too many fighters now. I'm like, well, that's because he didn't before have any other fighters, but is it really too much? Is it really, you get what I'm saying? So I don't know that I necessarily believe, you know, what Ryan is saying. I think Canelo is kind of being more open, more uncut, right? You know, I'm reading.
So I got some quotes pulled up. Ryan Garcia says, Canelo doesn't know the facts. The first camp I had with Eddie went great. Then everything went bad. He only showed up 2 weeks before the Fonseca fight. And that's when I first asked my manager to talk to him about finding a new trainer. Virgil Ortiz left because Eddie never showed. Frank Sanchez had a fight where Eddie only showed up the day of the fight. So ask Canelo to explain that. Let's stop the back and forth and focus on the fights at hand. By the way, got nothing but respect for Eddie. Editor's quote, Reynoso. It's just the truth. So the way he says it, hey, it's just the truth. I ain't shitting on them. It's just the truth. I mean, does Ryan, can he be telling the truth, right? Like, is busy, face of boxing, golfer, champion, undisputed, Canelo Alvarez, is he busy? Does he know what's going on in his gym? Or does he just know that he gets the attention he deserves because he is the cash cow because he is the head honcho. It doesn't mean that everybody else under him is getting it.
Nah, for sure. It definitely doesn't mean that. Obviously Eddie went a couple years winning trainer of the year, had a good run, Valdez, Frank Sanchez, Ryan, Canelo. So could he have took on too much? Maybe. I just don't see it. Like, I know trainers who are successful with more fighters and are able to be there.
Robert Garcia.
Yeah, I mean, but even with Robert, right, there was rumors like, and Robert really has a lot of fighters. There was rumors like, oh, maybe he has too many because with Virgil, when Virgil fought in Texas and that same day Joshua Franco was fighting in Oklahoma, he chose to go with Joshua Franco because it was the bigger fight. And Robert felt that he could be there. He could benefit more being in the corner of Franco than of Virgil. So it happens, man. It happens. Obviously, Canelo was asked about it. Canelo spoke his truth. Ryan spoke his truth. And the real truth, we will never know. Could it be a mixture of all of it? Perhaps. To me, the most, I guess what stood out to me the most about this whole back and forth yesterday was the fact that Canelo even spoke about it and the way he spoke about it.
The fact that he spoke English, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
the fact that it was a full interview in English, that was pretty dope. That was pretty dope.
So, and this isn't me like trying to be funny or throw shots at you, but you don't really cover, or you haven't been covering fights consistently these last few years, like in person, like fight week and shit like that. I've seen him speak English for years now.
Yeah, I don't take any offense, believe me. I know that's like the second time you've said it. There's no shame in my game.
No. I'm just
in not being at the fights. Honestly, that was a goal accomplished for me to build up the show to the level that I don't have to go be paparazzi. Like, you and I both know how it is out there. Not everybody is rushing to give you an interview, and instead they treat you like Kanye treats paparazzi. And, I don't really take well to that. But you, on the other hand, is different, You came into it different. I came into this game cutting shit like a hot knife and butter. I wasn't trying to make friends. You, on the other hand, you have a lot of alliances. I really appreciate the way that you do what you do. You got relationships with Shakur, Jared Anderson, Tank. Everybody fucks with you. Cunningham, Truck. It's just so many people. So, the Haney's, Bay. You got a lot of people. So it's good for you. But I took it that way. I took it like maybe, this was something new. He doesn't really do interviews. Ellie's been around forever, and this is one of the first time I've seen an Ellie Canelo interview. I guess it's probably just the context that's making it greater, but looks like we got Mr. Rowan in the building. What up, champ? Buenos dias in Wisconsin.
And another day, another dollar. How you guys doing today?
We're good. We got a cash app from Anthony Johnson saying the same thing. Good morning, TBV. Good morning to you, Anthony.
Yeah, no, but like basically what I was getting at is, you know how big fight weeks work. So I've been fortunate to have like sit downs with Canelo, and I've heard him speak English, right? But one thing I've noticed about him, and I feel like it's pretty obvious, he likes to be really good at everything he does.
Yeah.
He plays golf. He likes to be really good at it. Obviously, the boxing, don't have to even touch on that. He's the same way with his English, right? And I could tell that because sometimes he'll speak to media in English and like have back and forth conversation with media in English. And then as soon as those cameras cut on, he'll do the Spanish and then look for the translator. And it's really just to translate what he's saying because he understands what you're saying. But these last, I don't know, probably since the Kovalev fight is where I've seen him answer in English and do more in English. So I think that's why I wasn't really surprised with it, because I've seen it, I've heard it, I've interacted with him in English and Spanish. So I think that's why, for me, like I was saying, because of his fight weeks, I wasn't surprised because I've seen it and heard it in English.
Adrian, what's going on, brother? It's been a minute. How are you? How's everything?
Everything's good, man. Everything's good. You know, the gym's coming along good, trying to set up the second location. Got a couple events we're trying to get lined up this year, trying to do 2. Definitely going to do a 9/11 show outdoors in the summer, make some nice belts, you know, with the towers on it and this and that. So we got something big planned. You know, we reached out to Info Joe yesterday. We're probably going to bring him out from LA to do the announcing, because, I mean, if you ain't going to put on the people that you fuck with, then who are you?
Shout out to Joe. I told Joe he gonna be on TV, man. He gonna be on TV. It's a matter of just continuously working, and this is the first step, you know, branching out, doing something, you know, separate from TVV. This is great for him. Shout out to you for putting them on.
Yeah, shout out to Adrian and Info Joe for sure. That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, man. We just trying to move forward, you know, get these kids ready for some more shows and some tournaments, and trying to return back to the national level in the future. So, yeah, that's what's been up with me, man. Just working and grinding, the DJ business, all that. Watching these fights. I've been listening to y'all guys talk about them, but, you know, a lot of fights, some upsets, some bad decisions, some ugly fights at the championship level. A lot going on. That Coley fight, that was ugly. It's a good thing they didn't have the Josh Taylor referee, because they would have took like all the points from them for all that hugging.
I don't know, man. Ness was crying for point deductions the entire fucking fight in that Josh Taylor fight.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. That was crazy, bro. That was crazy.
Yo, I gotta read this comment. It's just so funny. Shout out to Troy Smoke Alarm. He says Eddie's gym Wi-Fi has parental block on Instagram and TikTok.
Parental block. Oh my god.
Oh man, yeah, that was funny. Hey, but now that we are obviously on topic, obviously the show is Canelo and the comments being made, and obviously more so him coming out and saying, I have no problem fighting these guys, but you can't just wait on me. You can't just wait on my payday. How about y'all fight each other in the meantime while I'm still fighting some big guys? Yesterday, there was talks. You know, up to this point, the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas was the front runner for the location of this fight. Canelo has came out in the past and said how, being a world champion, he wants to fight outside of the U.S. He wants to go to Japan. He mentioned the UK. He mentioned the Middle East. And now it appears that Dubai is a viable front runner.
I know. That's crazy. I'm glad you reminded us.
2 hosts. Canelo Bivol May 7th. Obviously, Cinco de Mayo weekend. You know, for those who may not know, obviously it's more than just tequila and tacos and partying. You know, it is the most historical and the most notorious civil war in Mexican history. So, you know, specifically La Batalla de Puebla. So obviously, a lot going on, a lot to process. We've seen the Middle East come in the World Boxing Super Series. We've seen the Middle East come in with Joshua Ruiz 2, which was a mega event.
And we know that connection is through Eddie, bro. We know that connection is through Eddie. Canelo's back with Eddie. This is totally possible. The fact that they said it, I was just blown away, because it's like, man, I never considered Canelo fighting in the Middle East. I know he wanted to do Japan, but if you got a guy that wants to be internationally and globally known, you know, you don't just have to offer him Mexico. and the UK. And this was a beautiful curveball. I guess it makes the fight all that more interesting, honestly, to see it on some foreign soil like that. But with everything that's going on politically, how good does it look or bad does it look on Canelo to take a rush into the Middle East?
I mean, to be honest with you, I think that's why they would take him to the Middle East. Think about it. The site fee that Dubai pays, they got that oil money. So know that I don't want to say they're overpaying, but they got the deep pockets to just make shit happen. I mean, what? For AJ Ruiz too, didn't they build that structure in like 30 days? Like some crazy shit. Like
it was quick. I don't know that it was that quick, but it was.
But
quick.
you know what I'm saying though? Like
no, I think he's right. I think he's right. I think it was about 30, bro. They were blowing through that.
Fast.
I remember following Frank Smith's social media, and he stood out there, and bro, it was a temporary stadium. They built that shit really quick. Yeah,
and
for two events, and that was it.
And well, two separate events. Remember, sorry, Adrian, I know we keep both cutting you off, but remember the World Boxing Super Series was somewhere else.
No. I know. I'm saying they did the Joshua Ruiz 2 fight, obviously there, and then they hosted a tennis tournament. I want to say it was the weekend after.
Call you, I know all about all the sports. I do remember that.
So obviously, right now,
they put on some I guess you could call them music festivals too. They brought out a lot of artists.
Yes,
because I remember Dazn gave us promotional video, and it had a whole bunch of A-list celebrities that were, I guess, flown out there or partying out there. But Adrian, we cut you off long enough. What up?
Nah, what I was gonna say is when you have that kind of money, like promoter money, to like, no, I'm gonna build a freestanding thing, and that quickly, you got to realize what it costs to like get all those materials, have the manpower, get a company to stop whatever they're doing to focus on something that large scale, because you can't put something up that quick if you don't have a bunch of people behind you. Then on top of that, to pay the site fee that Eddie wants, they got big money to buy anything they want. And I think, to be honest, they're so rich, they're not worried about turning a profit necessarily. I mean, I'm sure they want to, but they're doing it for different reasons.
I don't know about that, Rich. They definitely have a billionaire that continues to inject cash infusions. He just put another $4.3 billion into the app to wipe out some debt. And they're saying some of that obviously was shifted into the boxing department, which landed the big fish in Canelo Alvarez to come back to the network. But I'm saying
Saudi's pay, but Saudi Arabia pays a site fee, right?
Absolutely.
So my thing is, I'm talking about the Saudis themselves are willing to pay lots of money, and I don't know how they make all their money back, because it sounds like they're paying like big site fees to have people come over there. And I can see why that makes sense right now politically.
But the tourism. Think about it. It's the same.
That's what I'm saying. It's an investment, right? They're investing in themselves by putting all that money out there.
Yeah, they want to be known as the new Vegas, is what they said. I think 2 years ago, right?
Look, and all those Middle Eastern cities, they're making a push for it, right? We see it with Qatar Airways. Qatar Airways, they overpaid for the World Cup. Qatar's hosting the World Cup this year. For the first time ever, they had to change it from the summer to November because of how hot it is in Qatar during the summer. Qatar Airways, they said their number one goal with their airline isn't necessarily to make money off the flying, is to promote their country during your flight. Because if they promote their country during your flight, it intrigues people. It gives people a reason to stay, to visit. So all those Middle Eastern countries, their main goal is the tourism, to draw and attract people. Obviously, those cities went from desert 40 years ago to now this luxurious thing. Just want your thoughts on that, Adrian, because obviously to me it's the same thing in Vegas. It's like that these hotels are paying money because it's not as much the event as it is the people it's gonna attract.
No, I'm with you on that. Yeah, I mean, basically, if you want to call it, it's marketing. You're paying money to have events to market your country, your city. So I just see them. They're willing to spend these dollars because I mean, what they're paying for a site fee is probably not what Vegas is going to pay. Vegas is going to pay good, but they're probably not going to pay that good because they already got people coming through there, people spending money. So, I mean, I think it makes sense politically, too, because, I mean, let's be realistic. I don't think the Middle East is really invested in what's going on in the rest of the world and affected by that.
Yep.
You know, I mean, to me, if you're America and you put that fight on, well, you know, that looks a certain way if a commission sanctions that. You know what I mean? Because
what about this though, Adrian? What about if we're America and we do put that fight on, and you know they do the Apollo? I mean, the Apollo Drago or Rocky Drago, and Canelo's our Rocky. This is the bad Russian, the invader. We're gonna get him. Canelo's gonna get him. They're forcing Americans and Mexican Americans to root for Canelo.
Can I ask you something though, Ness?
Yeah.
If you were a Vladimir Klitschko, if you were, well, let's talk current boxers. Let's say you're a Vasyl Lomachenko. Let's say
He's Ukrainian.
You're Usyk. I just want to say this. Do you look at fighting in America differently, knowing that you're over in your country fighting right now and that you have a Mexican fighting a Russian? It's not like a Ukrainian fighting a Russian.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
In America.
But that's what I'm saying. For Bivol, that's going to be some sort of moral and political stance that he's got to take. My fellow Russians are going to war. Damn. I don't believe in their beliefs, and that's why I'm staying in America and I'm choosing to fight. Or, you know, he's just gonna look bad. The men of Russia are fighting.
He doesn't win. Listen, he doesn't win in this no matter what. If you start looking at real pictures and real video, what the fuck is really going on over there right now? You know, kids, civilians, people are dying. They're being bombed. They're being forced from their homes. It's not a good look to put on a Russian fighter right now in America. We already, in a sense, probably look like shit to their country because, yeah, we're going to help if you make it to Poland or if you make it to another country, but we ain't going to put boots down and do shit for you. You got to do it for yourself. Now, if we sit there and profit off of Russians, I mean, shit, if we want to be realistic, we already get tons of our oil from Russia. You know what I'm saying? We're already accepting things. There's a reason why we are not stepping in a certain way because, in a sense, we can't or we're not going to. But that would be a horrible look. I mean, it has to be in the Middle East. Another country has to put that on because otherwise we look horrible. You're going to have guys like Lomachenko not wanting to fight in our country. You're going to have people like Usyk not wanting to fight in our country. And that's just going to keep those heavyweight titles not in America for a really long time again. Because before that, you had the Klitschkos who had them forever. So, I mean, we never want to see those titles over here. We'll do something like that. But I think that Dubai's the safe move if you're going to have that fight. It kind of politically keeps us out of it. And it keeps it between Mexico and Russia. And we still get to enjoy the fight in a sense.
And look, you know, I just want to point out a couple things, right? Because people need to understand, obviously, boxing is a business. All these sports are businesses, right? So there's a lot of logistical shit that they look into, right? So when I heard Dubai, and it's funny, Adrian, Ness knows, obviously, I haven't had the pleasure of meeting you, but Ness knows I've been planning a trip to Dubai for years. Mm-hmm. So my research into Dubai is extensive before this. So I know that, guess what? Emirates Airlines, which is the airline of Dubai, guess what they have? They got flights that go to Mexico now.
Oh, wow.
So I think about shit like that. I know that Pro Bellum is out there doing cards at the Coca-Cola Arena that holds 17,000 people. You get what I'm saying? So I'm thinking on a logistical standpoint, okay, cool. What other venues could they use?
Yeah, but
Well,
wait a
guess
minute,
what?
wait a minute. When you make it sound as if Mexican people are gonna travel to the Middle East to watch the Canelo fight,
Absolutely.
how realistic is that? I thought Mexico was a third world country with poverty. Like,
You know, there is areas impoverished in Mexico, just like there's areas in the United States that are impoverished, that are in poverty. You get what I'm saying? But I know that and not that it's on the same level, but I know that people come to the U.S. all the time from Mexico to watch Canelo fight. You get what I'm saying? So they come to the U.S., they party it up in Vegas, they go to the clubs, they spend all this money. Well, it's the same thing in Dubai. Dubai is the Middle East. This is the Vegas in the Middle East.
All right, you've done the research, so I'm just asking the casual questions. But is there drinking in Dubai?
Yes, absolutely. There's drinking. There is, you know, there's clubs, pool parties, you know.
But there's no women, right? Like you don't.
Yes, of course.
But not
The
like
only thing-
Vegas, though.
There is, see, the Dubai is exactly is Vegas. It's literally Vegas. Dubai, here's the thing in Dubai, right? Dubai, if you are entering, say, a mosque or just any center where religion is practiced, you know, women and men cannot, you know, physically touch each other. You know, there is certain things you have to be mindful of, but it's not, you know, I thought it was like that, like, oh, you know, women have to be covered up at all times, regardless, just, you know, no, it's not like that. There's clubs, you know, we have a One Oak in New York. We have a One Oak in Las Vegas. Guess what? Dubai has a One Oak, like Dre's, which is one of the biggest clubs here in Vegas, the biggest in my opinion. There's a Dre's in Vegas. There's a Dre's in Dubai. Like, as far as the partying, is, you know, they have it. It's just
it's on the low, right, Danny? It's just not something. Now I don't want to say on the low, but every place, every city, every country has their little spot. Like Amsterdam has a red light district.
Right.
You know what I mean? Every country has that spot where I don't want to say anything goes, but maybe what applies to other parts of the country aren't going to apply to this area as long as you keep it in that area.
In that area, exactly. So I know from all the
totally off topic, strictly for my day ones, my alumni, my community members out there, the people that have been rocking out with us for a very, very, very long time. Matter of fact, let me play my man's intro, man. Where the fuck is his intro? I guess I should have thought of this before I interrupted the flow of conversation. But shout out to our good friend, undefeated in Border Wars, 4-0, 42 years old, one of the oldest fighters, obviously, in Border Wars to have such a official record.
I said that, where the ace at? Where the ace at?
You know, there was once upon a time where maybe our newest host here, Adrian Ron, would have got a shot at, you know, the man I'm speaking of. But once again, I'm just shouting out Canadian Jose, who just officially landed a big deal. Just officially landed a big deal with, you know, a mutual friend of me and Danny. You know, and this is what I say, man. I go back to my rant a few months ago where people took sides. You know, many people left, you know, unsubscribed, deleted their Patreon, left out of our groups because they didn't like the way that I handled my relationship with Alexander, a.k.a. Doomy. But this is what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? I put people on. I don't try to stab people in the back. Jose just landed one of the biggest contracts of his life because I'm a dude that if I meet a millionaire, I'm trying to think, how could I introduce as many people to him as possible? Because what do millionaires want to do? Make more money. And what do broke people want to do? Make more money. So all I got to do is connect, man. Shout out to Jose. It's about to be on and popping. First class to Bolivia ticket, that's all I need. You know what I'm saying? Hook me up, you know, and I'm good. But, you know, it's happy. This is the fourth person, too, that I've put on since I connected with this guy. So, you know, I just want my community to eat. Info Joe, you next up, baby. I'm telling you, we're going to keep speaking into it existence. I seen Info Joe's post yesterday. That man deserves a bakery, man. That man deserves a bakery. I mean, him and his wife doing amazing, amazing things. I can't believe that I'm his friend and that he had that talent all this time. So just shout out to Info Joe. I know you up next. Keep working, champ. It's going down, man. TBV, we are a very strong community, so much more than just boxing over here. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys. You know, my success is your success, and together we're going to keep breaking down these barriers. Look at Adrian. You know what I'm saying? When we met him, you know, we didn't even know what he can do. And now look at him. He's putting on shows. He's got his boxing license. He's fucking got guys going to nationals. It's just, you know, that's all we want. Everybody in the community to just keep growing. You know, Danny, one of those guys too. You know, he got put on, and he's another one, just like Jose. Jose's been here for 10 years, man. 10 years. So I'm just paying it forward. You know, he's been a Patreon since it started. He's been a supporter since this show started. You know, so I'm just paying it forward. And Danny, same thing. He's been around for 4 years, putting them boots to the ground, you know?
Putting in the miles.
For real.
Man, it's all about networking, man. That's the one beautiful part about this community, man, is there's no haters. Every time in life, I think individually we probably all done something. Nothing is easy. When you're trying to be successful, you're going to come into roadblocks and whatever. But when you can run into a network of people that uplift you, give you up, like you said, Ness, give you opportunities, openings, will plug you, give you a connection, just off the strength of the love, not getting anything back. You know what I mean? Not expecting anything back, just doing it off the strength. You know, that we need a lot more of that in life, period. You know, if everybody was like that, there'd be more millionaires. You know what I mean?
Bruh, Jemmy, Brandon, and Canna up next in the next 2 weeks. We're going to be ringing the bells for them, because that's how I do. You know what I'm saying? They already know. It's going down. I'm telling you, it's going to be, 2022 is going to be bananas for TBV. Shit about to change drastically. So we just excited over here. Shout out to everybody that continues to support. Stick around. It's only up from here. I'm telling you, only up from here. But yeah, man, back to our regularly scheduled program. If you want to call in and voice your opinion, we're going to go ahead and open up the lines. No sense in us continuing to go back and forth. We already know what it is. Canelo finally.
I got one thing to say on the subject, though, the actual subject. So I watched the Ellie Sec back and listening to Canelo talk and speak. I mean, the dude ain't wrong, right? He gets to make his decisions, and these other guys, they gotta battle it out and do what they do. Because I mean, he basically said, I'm busy this year. Figure out 2022 for yourself, and then, you know, we'll visit 2023. I think that's been the sentiment on this show. If you're not gonna get the golden ticket, you know, the best way to keep yourself in position is to get big wins. Not sit around here and beat up, you know, fighters that we don't want to see you fight.
And before we get to the phone lines, just because you said that, Adrian, you got to realize it ain't about waiting. It's about creating your opportunities, right? Not giving a fuck what the next man is doing. And if you believe in yourself that much, you know your time is coming. Let's remember Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., Sergio Martinez. You know who else fought that day? Fucking Canelo, in the same city, on the same street, literally not even maybe a quarter mile down the street. Canelo fought Josecito Lopez that day, while Chavez Jr. was fighting Sergio Martinez. And I just say that to say, worry about yourself, handle your shit. And then, because a lot of people is waiting on that opportunity. How you gonna wait on something when you're not creating it?
I agree totally, man. I agree totally. We got some super chats we got to get to. Let's see here. We last stopped off on Fred Robinson, right? Let me see. We definitely did Big Fish. He said, good morning, TBV community and co-host. Fred Robinson says, does anyone else find it weird no other fighters have... Oh, yeah, we read that. Big Fish says... Special shout out to SDS Promotions. Shout out to SDS Promotions.
Brandon in Houston.
We got D Nice in Tampa who says, Buenos dias. Love the color on the C8 and White did a no-show to the press conference. Yeah, thank you to D Nice. I did release a YouTube short video. Now that YouTube has shorts, I'm going to start taking advantage of that. I mean, I'm late to the game, but so what? Better late than never. And yeah, all the shit I've been posting like on Instagram or that I choose to post on, I might as well post it on YouTube shorts. And I've been doing that. So when I got home from Vegas, you know, my hard work and dedication, my sweetheart was waiting for me. And I did a little Instagram of it, but I've posted that since then on YouTube. And shout out to everybody that has kind words for, you know, and showing love for the C8. Obviously, without you guys, it wouldn't happen. I'm actually going to post another one when I picked it up in Tennessee. It'll be only about a minute long just so you guys can see it. Because, again, without you, I wouldn't have even bought that shit. I'd have been
TikTok. TikTok as well.
I know. I was up at 2:30 this morning. Like, damn, should I text Kayla right now? Like, yo, do you wanna? Kyla. That's crazy that name cannot stick, right? I look like a douche. I got Anthony Johnson that says, networking Ness. Oh, hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. You know, I always try to put George on too, man, because I'm hoping that he officially becomes the mayor one day of the fucking town.
Well, I ain't gonna lie, bro. He got blocked. You know, they did the political thing where they tried to say that a bunch of his signatures weren't valid because they were part of businesses, this and that. And then when he wanted to get the people to come down and correct it, you know, they kind of gave him the, y'all need to get the fuck out of here. Like, you ain't getting put on the ballot. So they blocked him, you know, in a major way.
Wait, but, so the voting is over and he can't even...
No, like they basically made it so he can't be on the ballot because you have to have a certain amount of signatures. He had more than enough signatures.
Wait,
but they
I thought he was already nominated.
No, he was in the running, but all the official thing is you have to have the signatures and everything. Damn. He had all the signatures, more than enough. But they decided to dispute the signatures because the lady who was already mayor running against him runs that office. So basically they just waited until right then and made him disputed the signatures at the last minute and then told him that he didn't have the time to disputing his signatures. So he could get, so yeah, man, it is what it is. But to be honest with you, I'm cool with that because we can focus more on different businesses and different ventures and things that we're trying to do. So, I mean, I think it was a blessing in disguise.
Well, let's final thought this. Obviously, with Canelo letting everybody know, and I'll play that Ellie setback audio one more time for anybody that hasn't been able to watch this. It broke about 10 hours ago, so it's understandable. You know, Canelo's letting them know they need to fight each other, and I'll fight the winner of them. And here's the
other two because they need to fight each other too because they just waiting for me because they want a good payday. So I know that, but they need to fight each other. Why? And I fight the winner of all of them.
Benavidez and Charlo fight?
Many fighters, right? Everybody wants to fight me. So they have many options too.
Yeah.
Fight each other. Why they don't fight each other?
Maybe now they will.
Yeah.
Because
this year I'm busy.
So he said they have plenty options if they fight each other. And he says, you know, Ellie Setback says, so maybe now they will. and he says, well, this year I'm busy, which was beautiful. I love how he killed him with that one. But
that's what he said. That's what I was going to say. He said, this year I'm busy. So all them dudes need to know that ain't shit happening until 2023. And at this point, probably not until a little bit later in 2023. So, man, they need to get busy. And like Danny said, I mean, I'm a big believer in this. Everybody earns where they're at in life. Ness, you're where you're at because you earned it, right? Nobody gave it to you. It wasn't easy. Danny, you're at because you earned it. Like if you suck in life, it's because you earned sucking. If you're winning in life, it's because you earned it. Those guys need to earn it.
Say that to Jack Catterall.
Shit, hey. Yeah, that was a robbery.
I don't know. It's so crazy. It's so crazy, Danny. Have you been getting hit up like on your Instagram or DMs or whatever kind of DMs like that you don't know how to score? Because we weren't like, oh, it's a robbery. We were like, yo, it's a close fight. I felt like Catterall won, but I didn't feel like
I won't listen.
No. Look, don't take it back. Don't take it back because
it's a robbery though.
And that's what I'm telling you. You probably feel the right way because I've never seen a betting company refund people. They refunded you. If you bet on Jack Catterall, Paddy Power refunded you. That's crazy. Like I've never.
Damn.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah. Think about that.
That's good though. Because
and then hold on. And then they put like hashtag like
justice
for
in justice for in boxing or something. That's
something like
huge.
that.
I think that is so huge. I hate that no one's using that, talking about like a betting site. That's how you tell boxing to get it right. The betting site is like, nah, man, that dude ain't win. Which again, I'm not of that. I feel like it was a tight fight, but I don't know that it was a robbery. People acting like Josh Taylor didn't win any rounds. Like that's not what I saw. I saw an up and down seesaw fight that went with Jack Catterall getting a few early rounds, losing some of the middle, and taking some of the end.
But to be fair, let's throw it out that we did not score the fight.
We didn't, but we were scoring round by round. Someone could go back and at least get our scores till the 6th. We were announcing it like, yo, that's a Catterall round. I got that for, we were saying, we just didn't write it. We just didn't write it.
Yes, but what I was going to get at, Adrian, it's funny, and that's talking about hold on when he cut me off, like, what the hell? But we also, you specifically, Ness, because we did the live fight chat, you also were like, damn, why he ain't taking a point? This referee, how many warnings? You get what I'm saying?
Yes. But if you don't take enough warnings to guarantee Catterall the fight, if you don't take enough points to guarantee Catterall the win, all I can do is complain that he was dirty. I can't call it a robbery because the ref didn't take enough points away. Like, I could say the ref is shit. You know what I'm saying?
What's that? Listen, the ref was shit. He looked like an NFL referee. The little tap on the chest, walking away when he took the point for that, he was trying to make up for the fact
that he took the point from the other guy, the wrong guy.
Exactly. So he is trying to even his fucking mistake out. You know what I'm saying? And try to even it out. That just made him look worse. I'm sorry. I know you're saying I'm saying robbery because to me, it was clear that Jack won. I'm not saying he landslided him, but it was clear to me who the winner of that fight was. And obviously, if you look at it, the rest of the media, the booking people, it was clear to everybody else that shouldn't have happened. And that's the problem with this sport is if I can see it, if everyone can see it, you know what I'm saying? It's all politics. Right there, that was politics giving him the win. He was at his hometown, and my thing is you just robbed this dude who busted his ass, you know what I'm saying, to work hard. Cambosis, he got it.
Did you hear the speech from his fucking trainer, Jamie Moore? Oh, man.
Yeah, hey,
They said that he wants to quit boxing because of what happened, and I'm talking about Jamie Moore, and I get it, man. When you hear that speech, you know that he was destroyed. You know that not him personally, but he felt every bit of pain for his fighter, who, in his eyes, or the way he's making it out, has been fighting his entire life for this. But
as a coach, I can tell you this: I trained somebody for, let's say, 8, 10 years. We finally get our opportunity. We take step aside. We try to do the great thing in boxing. We get there. We do our fucking thing. And they just take it from us. Clearly take it from us. It wasn't that close. Them scores wasn't that close to sit there and say that Josh won. Like, you got to sit there and look at it like that. Of course that trainer feels that way. I'd feel horrible if somebody robbed some kid that I've been putting blood, sweat, and tears with in the gym for years and years and years, and we happen to be able to make it to the highest level. Man, that shit would kill me. Because it's like, not only do you get the opportunity to get there, but then you get treated like trash. Just because the other guy didn't do what he was supposed to do. And you did what you were supposed to do. You know, look at Josh's defense. You see him talking like 3 times. Yeah, I won the fight. Come on, man. That dude didn't look confident at all. His body language said it all. Like, he knew he got that home cooking. And then felt uncomfortable trying to sell the fact that he won. He looked uncomfortable trying to say that he won.
Look, man, definitely, unfortunately, it's what we see in this sport far too often. You know, the week before, Ness and I caught the Showbox. Same thing. You get what I'm saying? There was a terrible, I thought that one was even worse. I thought the Showbox one with Marquise Taylor, I thought that one was even worse.
And that's how this works in boxing. The robberies hit a day, forgotten next fucking week. See, Josh Taylor's is greater, so he got robbed. Marquise Taylor gets forgotten. He overslept, so he didn't even get his interview on this show. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy, but I want to open up these phone lines. We've been making these guys wait long enough. You know the number to call in. It's coming across the screen. If you don't know, now you know. This little moving graph here is going to tell you to join us on Patreon, but you can also, call the hotline, which is 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 one time to voice your opinion. You can also add Nestor Gibbs on Skype to be part of the conversation, and just click the link. I think I put that in the YouTube chat, and it should be bookmarked. Let me just make sure it's pinned. 5432. No, it's not. That is the hoodies. If you want to go ahead and support TBV, you want to buy that hoodie. And I've been getting a lot of questions on the eat, drinking boxing t-shirt that I wore in studio the other day. And obviously the link is right there posted, but now I'm going to put the link to call in and pin that one in case you want to just click the Skype link to join the conversation. Also, call the number 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 one time. We're going out to the callers. Actually, we got some super chats I want to get to. My bad. We stopped at Big Fish. We went to Tampa. And we never discussed the fact that he did say White was a no-show. I think White is going about this all wrong. I'm not happy with the way that he's reacting to his first ever title shot. For some of us, we might forget that he's never gotten a title shot because we're, a bit confused that he fought Anthony Joshua. But when he faced Joshua, there was no belt on the line. This is his first title shot, something he's been begging for. And, he's acting in a real ridiculous manner. He's not going to help the sale of pay-per-views by not showing up to the press conference. And I know some might say, hey, Ness, you're a firm believer of, all publicity is good publicity. Yes, people are going to be talking about the fact that he's a no-show, but they're not going to talk as much as they would have talked if these two would have had a great confrontation at the press conference. But, gentlemen, what do you feel about Dillian White not being a no-show?
Listen, he's killing the promotion. Bro, Tyson Fury can sell a fight, but you got to be there so he can sell the fight with you. Dillian White, he talks shit too. He can sell the fight as well. I think that's a big ball drop on his part. Huge ball drop. Like, come on, this is the biggest stage you're going to be on. What happens when you don't win? If at least you go to the press conference, you make a bunch of noise, you get tons and tons of eyes on you, and you go in and you have a good fight, and let's say you don't win. You're still going to get high-level fights, and that's going to put you back how you say it, back in the spotlight for other bigger fights. You're fighting Tyson Fury. So I don't understand why he would do that. To me, that's like future marketing for yourself. Like, why would that makes no sense at all. And I think Tyson Fury, he can talk shit and sell stuff to himself, but part of it is this. Is Dillian White scared that Tyson Fury is going to get in his head?
Absolutely
You know what I mean?
not. Absolutely not. This is him believing that he's going to get in Fury's head. But you heard Fury. Fury, there is none greater than Fury. You heard Fury. Oh, Dillian White, my head. He's gotten in my head. Like, yo, you can't fuck with Fury, bro. He's 10 steps ahead of you in the mental game, in the verbal battle. Don't even try it, bro. Like, before Dillian White could think that I'm going to fuck with Tyson's head, he's already making fun of Dillian White for thinking that he can fuck with Tyson's head. Like, you can't fuck with Tyson Fury, bro. You're going to have to focus on beating that man. The mind games, the talking, the press conferences, he owns that. It goes back to Vladimir Klitschko, the Batman suit and the yellow Lamborghini. Like, it goes back to him stealing fucking Wilder shine in the Arthur Spielka fight, stepping over the rope like a wrestler, yelling, drunk as hell. No, it goes, yo, he been doing it.
No, but I'm saying Dillian White don't want Fury in his head. I think he realizes, like, Fury, like, he mentally batters his opponents before the fight. You know, if you had any self-doubt, or you were self-conscious, Fury gonna fucking expose that shit.
Champ, you seen Wilder couldn't help that. Like going silent and hiding from Fury won't help either. That didn't help Wilder. You can't go silent. Oh, I'm gonna go dark. That shit don't matter. Fury coming for you, man. He coming for you. And I ain't talking about just in the ring. I'm talking about on these internet streets. But look, I'm going to open it up. A lot of callers on Blog Talk. Go ahead and press one time. C-Dub, I see you. Other than that, the rest of y'all haven't notified me that you want to talk. We're going to go ahead and start it off with C-Dub in Alabama. Oh, yeah, but before I do that, my bad.
Super chats.
Oh, yeah, I know. I said one and we went into a 30-minute rant.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
Subscribe to youtube.com/theboxingvoice for the latest and greatest interviews with your favorite fighters.
Shout out Danny keeping us on track, right on time too, because Big Fish Vega says, appreciation for Rimwalk Danny's consistency, which is definitely something that I noted the other day. You know, you are on time, even though it is the West Coast over there. You are the truth, champ. Shout out to you. Let's refresh. I think we got some more coming in, and we don't want them to just lie around and be wasted and not part of the conversation. We got Valu. I don't know. What is that? That's Mexican. You got that one? Valu? I would just go with his first name. That's got to be Valu, right? He said, it's great. Fights. David Fiston. Oh, wait. He definitely, is that how you spell it? Fistinton? I don't know. Just saw. He said it's great fights. Okay, so he was talking about when we were asking what has David said about this, and he's saying David Faltanzon is calling the Canelo route that he's chosen officially all great fights. And that's what you later found the tweet where he likes the Gennady and the Bivol. Supermex in Plainview says, I'm not mad at the Bivol fight, but it's not worth me going if it is in Vegas. Now, if it will be interesting to see what these other guys do this year. That would be interesting to see what these other guys do this year. I mean, look, it sounds like Plant would be willing to fight Charlo at the end of the year. I want that. What about you?
Yep. I definitely want to see that fight.
I like it. You know, obviously Caleb Plant, he put up a fight in the Canelo fight. A lot of people thought it wouldn't go as long. So obviously styles make fights, and I think that Caleb style and Jermall Charlo style would be would bring us and provide us a technical and, back and forth fight. So I'm all for it.
All right. Shout out to Rolling with the Punches, a man of his word. Shout out to Rolling with the Punches. Has fought in Border Wars 2 times. Appreciate you, my friend. I got a couple other super chats here from Fred Robinson, who says they better get Canelo to sign a contract locking him into that deal. Believe me, champ. He's locked in. It's $165 million. Even with bad math, $55 million per fight, which, again, I don't believe it'll happen that way. The more difficult and appealing fights, he'll receive a bigger check for. This Bivol fight, he's probably getting 40, and then then they'll give him 60 for Gennady, and then the balance for whoever else he fights. I don't know. We got Fred Robinson with another one. Sorry, you guys, what do you think? He's locked into the deal? Of course, right?
Yeah, of course, for this year, at least those 3 fights, and obviously he'll make a nice little buck off of it too. So shout out to, I think
the money's right, man. The money's right. He signed the contract. They wouldn't be talking those numbers, I don't think, if he wasn't completely locked in. Plus, you got the pay-per-view on Dazn on May 7th. So.
Pay-per-view on Dazn. That is crazy, man. Tomorrow is the launch of that too, right? Tomorrow is tomorrow Wednesday?
Yes.
Yeah, so tomorrow's the launch, and we'll find out exactly.
That shit hurt my heart. I'm not going to lie, bro. I seen that on my Dazn, the little pay-per-view on the May 7th, and was like, here we go. We're going to pay for all these Canelo fights anyways.
That's the only way they could pay Canelo those numbers, bro.
I get trust me, I get the business side. I completely understand everybody's got to make their money. Like, they don't care about us as fans enough to lose money putting on shows. So I understand that part, but it's still like, it was a nice little platform to have when we were getting some of these good fights on there. And then also being able to see a Canelo fight on Dazn without paying pay-per-view before, that was nice. That made the whole subscription worth its money.
Exactly. Now I don't know what I'm paying for. I honestly, because now I'm paying for UK fights, Jordan Gill. Like, that's why I'm paying $883. Like, who else? Like, a Lawrence Okoli? Like, no. You made me sign up to Dazn telling me that superstar A-listers like Anthony Joshua, Canelo, and then you went down the line to the secondary roster. It made me feel that my money was worth it, but now I'm paying for the Canelos. It just doesn't make sense. But again, what are we other than disgruntled boxing fans? It's not like they're going to pay attention to us anyway.
What, though? I will give it this, though. I do watch a lot more UK fights now. I mean, I consume boxing, same. I do consume a lot more UK fights. I get the chance.
It's easier too, Adrian, because I know I used to, there was fights I wanted to see in the UK that was not being broadcasted in the US. So guess what I did? I streamed illegally, and I don't have to do that shit no more because the shit's right here for me.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, there's its things, but it almost feels like Dazn has become a place for European fighters to build themselves off of American fighters.
Or American eyeballs. Eyeballs, because America, we're going to cover the business of Dazn, whether they're succeeding or failing, whether the fights are good or bad. The writers in America, the Keith Idicks, the Jake Donovans, Raphaels, Iolis, all of us YouTubers and podcasters, we're going to cover their schedule. So these guys, Liam Williams and Jordan Gills and fucking Ted Cheesemans, they're getting more publicity than the Fondoras, than the Erickson Lubins, because Eddie is keeping them busy, but we're paying to see foreign fighters. And I don't mind, because like Danny, I used to have to find shitty links with pop-ups to see these foreign fighters. As a podcaster of a global sport, I'd rather be able to see it. And if someone is like, yo, Ness, no, this is the fight, go check out Jordan Gill, he's fighting blank blank, it's like, all right, my motto, I gotta watch you when I gotta watch you. And hey, if you're across the ring from someone who I gotta see you fight, I gotta see you fight him. At least I can see you fight him, versus a link with pop-ups and and stuff that I just don't want to deal with at this point in my life. You know what I'm saying? I got Fred Robinson who says, keep it real, y'all. People blamed and tried to destroy Floyd for how long it took for the Pacquiao fight, and that wasn't Floyd's decision. Okay, but Floyd had a clear nemesis in Pacquiao. I mean, I don't think that Canelo has a clear nemesis. You know, we have Mr. PBC in Seattle, Washington that would call and super chat every day wanting to see this Bivol fight. We got CYP that really wants the Charlo fight. You know, we got fucking Brandon Lenz in Houston that really wants the Benavidez fight. And we're just singling out key people in our community. Imagine the fractions of people that have those same wants and yearns for those same fights. You know, so everyone has their champion. Canelo said this before. He said, "A quien le van, a quien le van, aquí está su gallo," meaning, you know, who's your rooster in this fight? Because I'm your fucking champ. And that's just what it boils down to. Everyone has someone they want to see the champ face because they believe that guy gives the champ his best opportunity at losing. Right or wrong, my friends?
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. Us, obviously, we were saying it, bro. It didn't matter, Bivol. Like you just said, CYP wanted Charlo, right? You got other callers who wanted Bivol. It didn't matter. You got some like myself who I wanted Macabu.
Well, you flip-flopping. You flip-flopping. You wanted Charlo. You were saying you wanted Charlo, so all along you wanted Macabu, huh?
Nah, when they announced it, yeah. When they announced it, that was back, December, November? When they first brought up Macabu's name. And I liked it for the simple reason it's like, you're going to serve your purpose. You're going to be my John Ruiz. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I like that. I like that comparison. Yep.
You know, that's what it is. You're my John Ruiz. Like, I'm Roy, you John. I'm finna come. Probably not gonna be the most entertaining, but I'm gonna get the job done, and I'm gonna be the only Mexican, the only Latino in boxing history to be the only Mexican. I don't know about Latino. The only Mexican to be a 5-division world champion.
Yep. No, definitely.
So, look, man, and I'm not saying people over here shitting on me. I'm not saying Macabu or John Ruiz. It's just the situation. Right guy, right time. Oh, and it just so happens because the WBC added Bridgerweight, they're now cruiserweights at 190, right? Come on now.
Catherine Murray says, Ness, ¿eres mexicano o no? Definitely no soy mexicano. Soy dominicano. Pero Danny, él es mexicano. You know?
That's me.
That's him.
Yo, let's get to some callers, bro. We got more. I know.
I got more super chats. Fred Robinson, right, who gets the alarm. Third one in a row says, at D Brown, you're right. Canelo fights 3 times a year. Why not Charlo, Andrade, and Benavidez all in a calendar year? He put a thinking emoji. I put a laughing emoji because you are insane, my man. The only guy that's doing anything like that is Tyson Fury, Canelo Alvarez, and Earl Spence Jr. So, again, if either of those men wanted to take a break from fighting tough schedules, they are entitled to that. So if Canelo decides, I'm going to fight Charlo, he doesn't have to fucking fight Andre next. He could fight John Ryder. He could fucking bring Lubin up and give him an opportunity. Like, that's what we got to get through our head, bro. Like, fucking, you know, if we go back to Floyd, he fought Gotti, then he fought like Sean Bay Mitchell. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like every day a tough guy. Like, no one thought Robert Guerrero was tough moving up from featherweight. So, like, let's cut the bullshit. Like, why does Canelo got to fight 10 fucking named fighters in a row? Like, imagine, I mean, think about what we're talking about. I just hope that when it's all said and done, we're going to put him as the greatest fighter of all time. If he's going to fight everybody he fought, Plus now he's fighting Bivol. Then he's finishing the Triple G chapter. Then he's going to fight fucking Charlo. And he's going to fight Benavidez. And he's going to fight Benavidez. I mean, he better be the greatest fighter of all fucking time. You better be giving him that title at the very least. Because you want to give him this insane schedule that no boxer's ever done, you know?
It's all about what have you done for me lately. You know that, and that's the people forget about. And I'm not even a Canelo fan. Like, but what have you done for me? But that's what I'm saying, though.
Check CYP out. Oh, he's a mandatory. You know what Canelo did with his mandatory that you guys laughed at, and he blames Golden Boy? He didn't fight him. Derevyanchenko got offered 5.5. They made it difficult. Canelo moved the fuck on. So don't tell me that Floyd fought his mandatory and I can't criticize Robert Guerrero. Absolutely. You think I'm stupid? Didn't he fucking tell us it was the green print? Or you just playing dumb? We know green print. Robert Guerrero, Mexican, crossed the ring from me, Floyd. Green print. We know Robert Guerrero, disadvantage, featherweight, biggest name on his resume, Berto. Floyd's gonna win. We know.
But shit, even Gotti, man. I mean, it looked good on paper, but come on, bro. You the two styles.
Look at him. Let the shovel go. Dig a hole. Somebody cue in the fucking Jay-Z beat. Yeardom was a mandatory. Yeah, and you criticize them for it, but you're glorifying Robert Guerrero somehow. You know, the hypocrisy. It just drips off these guys. Hypocrisy. Right away, they talk Yeardom. Now, you see how you fall in the hole? Right there. Oh, but Yeardom was a mandatory. Yeah, so was Guerrero. But you're criticizing Yeardom. Everyone hated Yeardom. And he did that in 1 year while unifying. You know, listen. Hypocrisy at its finest, bro. Supermax, Plainview. Go for it.
I was just going to say, with the Yeardom fight, bro, Canelo turned around 10 weeks after Callum Smith fought Yeardom. Then he turned around 10 weeks after Yeardom and fought Billy Joe. Like, he fought 3 times in 20 weeks.
Let me ask you a question. How many weeks was it between Canelo's fight and Kovalev's? Did they have 8 weeks or 10 weeks?
I'll tell you the exact number. I want to say it was 8, but
it would be funny if they both had if it was 10 weeks after he's had all these other 10 weeks fights, because I know people complained about him not getting that much time.
It was 10 weeks.
There you go. So his last 4 fights have been 10 weeks, but somehow.
Well, no. The Plant is excluded.
All right, but it don't matter. You got at least 4 fights where his opponent had 10 weeks, and people acting like 10 weeks ain't enough. You know what I'm saying?
So it was 10 weeks for Kovalev after he fought Yard to get in and fight Canelo. Canelo fought Callum Smith exactly 10 Saturdays later. Fought Yeardom, which was today's the 1st, so a year ago, Sunday I was there.
Friday,
I was in Miami.
Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
I was in the bubble. I wasn't able to leave a hotel. We were at the JW Marriott in Brickell. I was there. 10 weeks later, after Yeardom, he goes and fights Billy Joe at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. I was in the bubble. I was there 10 weeks apart. I was there. So, you know, it ain't no different, but you know, shit only applies to certain people, Ness.
Supermax, Plainview, Texas says, Nello said months ago they would call Ryan to confirm, train, and that Ryan wasn't answering. This isn't new from Canelo. And he's just talking about, obviously, the bag being spilt on Ryan Garcia only training for 20 minutes and showing up 4 days later. Sounding alarm one more time, my man Fred Robinson back with another one. He says, sounds like a perfect opportunity to slide Andrade into the Bivol position, keep it in North America, and make more money. And he's talking when we're talking Russia, and obviously Bivol being from Russia. Chase Athletics says, the same John Beck that went the distance with Vaughn Alexander weeks after coming home. And that's John Beck, who was the mandatory to Demetrius Andrade, but he chose to move up to fight an interim title shot with Zach Parker. And now John Beck will face, I don't know who, in an interim for the interim. Do you know who?
It's not off the top. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Keep talking. No dead air.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, one thing I wanted to say about that Taylor fight. You know what bugged me about it? Because I'm a conspiracy theorist.
We still on Taylor?
No, listen. Taylor's moving up. He's not staying at 140. So instead of passing all those belts on to one fighter who earned it, we are going to end up getting those belts broken apart and people fighting for them separately. And you know what I'm saying? Like there could have been one champion who held that, and then we wouldn't have this BS where people are ducking each other, holding titles hostage. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like that's garbage.
No, you're gonna get a lot of vacant title champs now. But listen, I got a couple more super chats, and we're going to open up these phone lines. Couple more super chats. I see you on Blog Talk. If you've already pressed one, don't do it again. But if you haven't, you know you need to do it at least one time. We got For Sure Fire D with the fat 20 dub. Yo, Big Ness, let's collaborate. Talk to some of the people you know. Let's get my pro debut televised. #Showbox or Dazn. And Canelo is right. They need to fight each other to prove the worthy opponent for Canelo. 100 emoji. Champ, if you need a debut, holla at me, man. I got a card for you. You already know. Hey. Any fighters out there, you know, if you ain't got a decent manager, and you know you want to get on a card, I got a couple of promoters that are always willing. Obviously, you're gonna have to pay your own slot fee. You know, you're gonna have to find your opponent or pay the matchmaker to find you an opponent. But we can get you a fight. You know, and I will even help you and let you know how good your opponent is. What up, champ?
While you finish the super chats, I gotta do my daily run to the shitter after my coffee.
Okay. TMI, my good friend. You know what I'm saying? What is he doing to us, Adrian? You know, radio
This
gold.
fucking guy. This guy.
This guy. Listen, I need about 7 subscribers to get to my goal of 131,200. Let me refresh in case we got there and we can go ahead and celebrate. Did we get there? No, we need another 4. We need 4. We almost there. Let's go. Who's going to go ahead and tell a friend and tell a friend? We need 4 more people to get to the next goal. We going to the phone lines. It's time, ladies and gentlemen. They are open. Majimbe, what is up?
Yo, good morning.
Buenos dias.
You know, just going back to the zone thing real quick, I'm a little disappointed because yeah, that's fine. We're getting to know more British boxers, but we're also losing. I mean, they lost Chris Eubank. They also lost Savannah Marshall. You know, I'm okay with paying if we're gonna get the top end of the British fighters, but if we're not, then what the fuck is the point of having the zone? Because now we're paying for big American stars. We're losing the big European stars because now they have competition with Boxer. They're not putting on good enough fights for us to keep this app.
Word.
It's bullshit.
I agree.
But on to Canelo. Man, Canelo had me dying, bro. This guy speaking English is the best thing that could have happened for his career. He killed them, bro. And he was getting at Andy as well. So it wasn't just, it was...
Gotta use my cut it. Gotta use my timer. I don't want anybody accusing me of favoritism. Also letting my co-host know. I know Danny's not here, but you know the producer has let me know to allow the callers to get their full call. Do not interject. You know, give them their full time. And I'm also going to ask the people on Skype, hey, do me a favor. Use the Skype app feature where you raise your hand like my Jimbe did. This way I don't have that dead silence when I go to you and you're working, you're doing your thing. You know, we love our blue collar guys around here who use the show to get through their daily commute, but we would like to know who's ready and who's not so that we don't waste any time. So I know CYP is ready, so he's going to just skip the line because I know he's ready. What up?
Yeah, man. What's for one? Let's keep it 100. I told you Caleb Plant was offered 2 5-week deals, not 9 or 10. So that little jab fail. Secondly, we talking about Guerrero versus Yeardom. Guerrero's a champion who's beat champions. Makabu is a champion who was fighting fighters with double-digit losses in his prime. That's who Makabu is. Then we comparing Ruiz and Makabu. We pairing Yeardom and Yeardom in comparison to Guerrero, Makabu in comparison to Roy Jones. And every time we compare it and do this for Canelo, it actually makes him look bad. So I wish people would stop doing that. And please, everybody, give me credit or give me hate. I was the one who told you, tell Canelo, tell them dudes to fight, and he'll pick the winner. CYP said it over a year. Go ahead and hate on me or give me my credit. It's finally time for y'all to be man up and tell Canelo what you really want to tell him and stop telling me. CYP out.
I would have liked to see you man up and give Canelo his credit for doing what you asked him to do. It would have been nice of you to come here humbled and say, you know what? I can't talk shit about Canelo. This is what I've been asking for over a year, and he done it. Rarely do fighters give me what I asked for. He's done it. Now it's on PBC to actually let them mix it up.
So real quick.
But maybe you'll come back and say it.
With the DAZN deal, right, with the pay-per-view, are they going to give people the option to buy the pay-per-view without subscribing to DAZN?
Well, no. The way that it works is if you and I have DAZN, then we only pay $60. If you don't have DAZN, then you pay $80. Simple. Like busting a pimple.
I got you. All right. Yeah, I just wanted to understand that because obviously I was like, you got to sell it to the regular people who aren't DAZN if you're going to make the money, so...
Shout out to the back call, all using the Skype feature. That's going to work a lot better. So moving forward, I'll try to say it daily. If you do want to talk, use the raise your hand feature on Skype. And if you're on Blog Talk, hit the number 1 button one time. C-Dub, Alabama, what up?
What up, Ness? What up, Adrian?
What's up, good?
TV.
What's good?
Chilling, man. Smash the like button. It's free. Do something. Yeah, man, I got to get you, man, because you had left. You had to go. But, yeah, I'm glad we had this topic today. Canelo did say what he said, and we liked it. We fuck with it. But he didn't make it very clear. He didn't say, do they got to fight all of them or just one? Do just one win make it cool or all of them? I wish they would have said that, and Danny Ringwalk, he did say you got to have a belt. Well, Andrade had a belt. Charlo had a belt, so I need that sound bite. I have to look out through my investment. That's just what it is. They all moved on. It seems like David got Lemieux. Charlo got Munguia coming up. He can't run no more. Andrade, he about to get his belt in his 3rd division. So I got to ask y'all, is that enough? Even if they don't fight, like Andrade about to get his belt in his 3rd division, is that enough?
Cut it.
All right, y'all.
No.
All right, y'all. I got to head out, Ness.
Do your thing, champ.
I got a couple of things to do. Shout out to AGB. Shout out to Ringwalk, Danny. Shout out to you, Ness. Shout out to the rest of the community. Congratulations to Jose. I don't know what deal you struck, but, man, when we do better as a community, I feel we all do better. Y'all have a good one.
So damn, what was he saying on the outro, C-Dub? Because he tripping. No, it ain't the same. I was about to say, hell no, but my mic was off, man. Whatever he asked, it slipped my mind that quick on that short term, but no. And as far as him saying Canelo didn't make it clear, it is clear. Clear. It's very easy. Charlo could fight.
One win. Is one win enough?
Yeah, I know, and that's what I'm saying. No one win ain't enough. Charlo can't just fight Plant like that. I mean, don't get me wrong. He could, but obviously
could.
Yeah, in the sense that like if you beat Plant and for whatever reason you don't get another fight till Canelo's done with his shit, that might be enough as a common opponent. You know what I'm saying? Especially depending how he does it. You know what I'm saying?
Look, I don't know, man. It's, just to not prolong it, but it's like he said He said Boo Boo about to get Munguia. No, Janabek is gonna get Munguia. And I don't see how Boo Boo's gonna win a third title in the third division when Canelo is the undisputed champion. So the only way he's gonna do that is
it's gonna be vacant. It's gonna be vacant. That's what I'm saying. Like he like, yo, don't he get credit? That's what I said, no. He's like, yo, but ain't he gonna be worthy if he becomes a 3-time? No, because it's gonna be another vacant title. Like if you don't fight Canelo for that belt, because Canelo moved up to 75 and now that shit is vacant, it don't matter. It don't matter. Why,
so you don't think the sanctioning body's gonna let Canelo come back down? Because if he fight Golovkin,
of course they will. Of course they will, but he don't need it. That's what I'm saying. And if he don't need to do that, you becoming the interim means nothing. We already seen that with Charlo. You know, my man is bigger than that. The best thing you can do to get the fight is fight. The best thing you can do to get the fight is fight. You know what I'm saying? But trying to be his mandatory, we see that shit don't work. So you tell me what's going to be different from Charlo, who was the fucking mandatory, and Canelo took franchise, and Andre, who's trying to become the interim to become the mandatory. What is Canelo going to do? And don't forget that in the WBO, there's a such thing called super champion. Like, what are we doing? My man's wasting money moving up, chasing Canelo. You don't chase him that way. You box him in the way Gennady did. You box him in the way that Islandri Laura did. Or you bring something to the fucking table the way that Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. did.
I'm sorry, I misspoke. C-Dub said Charlo seems to about to get Munguia. Unless something crazy happens. You know, I don't see that happening. I definitely don't see Golden Boy and Al. You know, but crazy things have happened, but you got who we got next, Ness?
Oh, hella callers. Shout out to everybody that called in. We appreciate every single one of you. We going out to Hawk in Maryland. What's going on, Hawk? My man, Hawk in Maryland. Where the fuck is your intro? Uh-oh. I know I got it. All right, Hawk. So we're going to go to somebody else till I find your shit because it's here somewhere. And you know Brandon don't like that. We'll go to Supermax.
BoxingWords.com. Oloki, you are next, my friend. Por eso lo vuelvo a repetir. La era del Canelo es la mejor porque peleó con los mejores. La suerte es para los mediocres, my friend.
BoxingWords.com. Yo.
Turn
that blinker off. Turn that blinker off. Nah, I'm joking. You might be out of light.
I'm glad you said that. I forgot that motherfucker was on. Hey man, like I said, man, I'm not mad at the Bivol. I like that he kind of finally came out and said that. It at least lets us know that shit is none of them fights are happening this year. And yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what those other guys do. For Andre, man, I hate to say it, I don't see him getting a shot ever because I don't see him Canelo's not interested in him, period. He's told him that more than once. And then I don't know if the other guys are gonna put themselves in a position with Andre to let him beat them. So that's kind of a tough break for him. But yeah, we'll see what happens, man. Like I said, honestly, though, the Bivol fight, man, I was thinking about planning on trying to go to Vegas if it was there, but it just doesn't feel like a single mile type of fight for me. That's my opinion, so I won't be attending if it's in Vegas. And Danny, just so you know, there's a Mexican American who was a sixth division world champion. That's Oscar De La Hoya. That's my call.
All right, Supermax, Plainview, Texas. Thank you.
Yeah. He's an American. Oscar's an American. I know he an Oscar lover. He's an American. Just like I'm an American.
My bad.
No, you good.
No, that was an accident, though. I just was making sure I found it.
Yeah, I just wanted to be clear. Canelo is one of 4 Mexicans to be a 4-division world champion. Something Julio Cesar Chavez never was.
You taking shots? You taking shots at the legend?
Nah, I'm just stating the facts.
You trying to say that your favorite fighter is greater than his favorite fighter?
I don't know if his is Oscar or if it's Chavez, but if it's either one, then yeah.
Okay. We got Hawk in Maryland.
time is it? What time is it? What time?
Hawk in Maryland.
Tommy, I can knock you out, man.
Holy shit.
Good try.
Holy
good try.
TheBoxingVoice.com.
Great show. Yes. Dan and Brandon. I'm out.
SDS Promotions.
Fire. Shout out Brandon Lenz, the super producer. What's up to Ringwalk? And yo, Ness, what's up?
What up? What up?
What's goody, champ?
Ain't too much going on. So I see Canelo done gave the boys their marching orders. I mean, the fans was already doing that anyway. But I see 8 reasons why those fights will never happen. First of all, Charlo has not moved up in weight. So I ain't even gonna get into all of that. I was just trying to shout out your new car. Congratulations, Ness. Ryan Garcia and Canelo. I believe Canelo just trying to tell Ryan Garcia, like Chris Colbert, Josh Taylor, and Teofimo Lopez. We got to shout out Kanye West. They all got caught up in all of the lights and got touched up because Josh Taylor definitely lost that fight. But that's my call. Love that C8. Keep doing your thing, Ness. TBB, hit the like button.
You already know, Hawk. Thank you. And yeah, man, the community is responding really well to the car. So I'm going to make content with the car, man. I'm a content creator, so fuck it. I will continue to put out more stuff on the car. It'll be strictly YouTube shorts so that it's small and consumable on the go. But what is it, my friend Alvarez?
No, I was going to say, I saw somebody with the same vet total they shit yesterday.
Oh, my God. God forbid. I am not trying to be Kanye Wested.
They did it.
Unless I'm Kanye Wested, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, they did a U-turn, slammed into a pole, lost control of the car. Yo.
But they was trying to show off or something?
Like, they was for sure trying to show off.
I haven't even driven it fast. I'm not interested, man. But when I was young, I was into that. You know, I went to the track and everything. I was into imports. I was into racing. Bruh, we did it all. Illegal street racing and at the track racing. But like at this, you know, I'm good. I'm just, you know, I just want to talk boxing.
And for those watching and who are interested in the car and just more obviously on the journey in Vegas and everything, not just will there be YouTube shorts, but also you can follow myself, Ringwalk Danny, and follow at Nestor Gibbs on TikTok. Oh, yeah. A lot of behind the scene footage, a lot of it's funny because we've sat out to make certain videos and the videos that end up being gold is after the fact, behind the scenes, just us being regular.
Yeah, like yo, this what's her name? I'm so sorry. I don't want to call her this lady. That sounds so disrespectful.
Kyla.
But a friend of ours who is working with us now has, you know, she be freaking recording. Her sister be recording us like when we don't know on our smoke breaks and shit. And yeah, man. So I mean, it's kind of living a dream. It's something I always wanted. I always figured like, you know, there's a lot of entertaining stuff that happens when we go on these trips. But anyway, getting back to our regularly scheduled program, you know the number to call in, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1. One time, voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. The Skype link is actually pinned in the live chat section, so you can just click it and join the conversation. I'm going out to Cincinnati's own Brandon.
Hello, ladies.
Anybody that knows me know I've been a player, whether it was in Alabama, Ohio, or anywhere around the globe.
TheBoxingVoice.com.
I've been smashing Telly Swifts, man. I didn't have to become a millionaire to get that caliber of woman. One of the people's choices, one of the fans' favorites, a guy that can galvanize this crowd such as myself. He's too ugly to be the world champ. The world champ should be pretty like me.
The AJ of trucking. What? Yep, Brandon in Cincinnati.
SDS Promotions.
Yo, Ness, Danny, what's going on, fellas?
What's goody?
What up, what up?
Said this yesterday. Canelo busy. Canelo does what he want. Ain't nothing you can do to get a Canelo fight. So it's time for niggas to find a plan B. And he said the same thing. I'm busy. Find a plan B. Because I got a feeling even if they did all this shit, better be even Joe Smith is a 3-belt unification. He'll have a belt. He can easily become 2-time undisputed next year. So instead of just leave Canelo out of this. Don't focus on Canelo. Just do other shit. That's what I would tell all them cats. Cause just cause he said to do that, that don't mean the shit's gonna come true. Cause just think about my life. I couldn't imagine I'm trying to holler at a broad and she tell me, if you wanna fuck with me, go move a mountain, fly me to the moon, and then I'll give you a shot maybe. I'm gonna be like, man, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do my own thing. And I'm gonna get myself popping and go up to the point where you're gonna be coming to want my ass. And that's what them cats wanna do. Need to do. So that's my call, man. Just do something.
Cut it. We going to New Orleans.
I'm in the ocean. You say you the big fish. I'm looking for you. Maybe a spins, get his tail out his butt, and he'll fight me.
You are watching a master at work.
When I stop him, y'all gonna say he was too weak.
Ocean big in the motherfucker, man. We ain't gonna be able to fire your punk ass out here.
What you wanna bet on? You can bet 100,000 on that. Let's bet $1 million.
I'll break your fucking neck.
J-Mac, New Orleans.
Don't like what I said, nigga? Do something fucking about it.
One of the best finishers in the game. Give me the towel. Give me the towel.
SDS Promotion.
Get ready for the back attack.
Yo, what up, Ness?
What up?
Ringside walk, I believe. I don't really have no gripe with Canelo. I'm a big fan of the Bivol fight. I think that's somebody. I think Canelo can prove himself and prove that he actually is trying to make the hard fights. So I'm a fan of that fight. I'm also a fan of these dudes doing whether Canelo does fight him or not, which would be beautiful if it is a contract or something that can be put to action instead of him just saying it or repeating what the fans are saying, because sometimes we as managers or fanagers, we get them we give them ammo and give them stuff to say. So if it's just tongue in cheek, I think Canelo may be possibly doing that because he had the opportunity to fight those guys much sooner as classes as they was coming up. But on the other note, I'm a fan of all those fights, and even if they don't get Canelo, I still want to see the Andrade Benavidez, the Andrade Charlo, the Charlo Benavidez, Plant, whoever. I got Andrade beating all three of them, no matter what it is. So let's get the fights made.
See, I think that's the issue. Is like he didn't fight him before because they didn't do anything. That's what he's telling Andre. Like, you know, you got that belt from nobody. You know, I mean, and yeah, I respect that Charlo got his belt from Bundridge because he beat the man. It's not my fault that the man who has the belt is 44, you know what I'm saying? But to Canelo, who's the same age as Charlo, he's looking at it like you got that belt from nobody. So yeah, go ahead and do something. And when y'all fight each other, then the winner, he did something, so I'll fight him. And that's pretty simple. I think that math makes real easy sense to me. I don't know. What about you, Mr. Alvarez? And that's a no. All right. Looks like I'm gonna go to.
My bad. I was muted. My bad. But no, just really quick. It's simple, bro. Like, I got my year planned out. You got to fight. You might as well take a big fight, make our fight even bigger, and make more money in it. You get what I'm saying? Like, you still got to fight. You're not gonna sit out the whole fucking year. You still got to fight, and it's simple. Why not fight a big fight? Even if it's one big fight. And guess what? Now that makes a fight between me and you that much bigger. But next caller, now. Sorry about that.
All right. Looks like I got David Maldonado, New York City. Stand up.
Listen, niggas don't know nothing. The world don't know nothing. Only I know everything.
We did it first. And we motivate even the greats.
Oh, what a big shot by Lopez! I told everybody.
TheBoxingVoice.com.
What he done to the boxing world?
to be number one in the junior weight division.
SDS Promotions.
Yo, you hear me?
Yes,
Yo.
sir.
Yo, if Canelo's 3-fight plan is really Bivol, Triple G, and somebody else, here's my scenario for Andre and the PBC guys to get the Canelo fight. Andre needs to fight John Ryder, and then he needs to move up to 175 and be great and be better beef. That's his chance at fighting Canelo for Canelo's 3-fight deal. As for Charlo Benavidez, Charlo should fight what's his fucking Plant, common opponent, and then if he gets by Plant, then fight Benavidez. So when Canelo's done with that 3-fight deal, then he can get the winner. You know what I'm saying? That's what should happen. Then Andre jump over the hoop of fighting John Ryder and Beterbiev and let Charlo fight Plant and Benavidez. By the time all that settles, Canelo fight the winner of all that. That's what should go down, man. That's my call.
All right. Right on time. We got William in Seattle. What up?
Hey, now, can you hear me?
I hear you. What's goody?
Hey, I think what Canelo said was perfect. I'll make this short and quick. I think what Canelo said is perfect. That Charlo and Benavidez need to fight each other, and then he'll go fight the winner. And I think that makes perfect sense because Canelo, he's in the driver's seat. So he's the boss. He makes all the decisions. And I'm a big Canelo fan, even though I'm from the East Coast. I'm actually from New York. So, they can say whatever they want to say about Canelo, but Canelo to me is the number one pound for pound fighter. And if they don't like it, they can eat a dick. That's the end of my call.
All right, we got a counterpunch from Supermex. What up?
Yeah, I would just want to throw in this. Even if these guys fight each other, like even if you lose, you build up enough of a name and become an opponent. Look at Danny Jacobs. He lost to Gennady and still got the Canelo fight. Look at Cotto in the past. Ricky Hatton. So even if you don't win the fight against the others, you make a big enough name, you can still become a potential opponent down the line. So I think it should be more incentive for these guys to go ahead and get in the ring with each other, man. That's my call.
All right, Supermex, thanks for calling in. Looks like my dog's snoring like a champ over here. I got James Payne in the building, Tennessee. Stand up.
James Payne is my name, partner, how about you? Standing on my property and I'm gonna see about you. If I come out on my porch, I see you chilling in your wheel. Boy, I hope you know somebody better be waiting on the bitch. James Payne, baby, see me pissing on the post. If we're playing basketball, you might see me in the post.
Can you hear me?
We do.
It's me, checking in from the great state of Tennessee. It's your boy James, Payne, Mr. Lethal himself. And like I know the best part of waking up. Yeah, y'all know the slogan from the 80s. TBV in my cup. And shout out to the TBV alumni made that slogan world famous. And shout out to Canelo, the soundbite king, making my call yesterday more validated that he is the prom queen of boxing. Yes, sir. He showed up to the dance with a different dance partner than everybody wanted, and all the guys at PBC High School are very salty. Well, that means that it's the speed dating now. Well, it's time for everybody to start mixing, mingling. Everybody to the dance floor, please. Pick a partner, and let's dance. You know what I'm saying? Get in the ring and swing, man. Shout out to TBV, man, the Illustrator's dopest boxing podcast in the galaxy. Third rock from the sun, astrologically. Jump in the TBV pool. Hit the thumbs up button. James Payne Lethal checking out.
All right. Yo, if you aren't following us on Instagram, make sure you do so you can see some of the greatest content produced from one of your own community members. Shout out to Jemmy, a.k.a. Ignorant Boxing. on that payroll now and doing what he loves to do, and I mean, producing amazing moments. I mean, he's really making me and Danny look official in these little 1-minute clips, adding amazing sound bites, little footage. I mean, yo, it's going to take us next level. Shout out to Ignorant Boxing. Shout out Jemmy. You know, he was part of Border Wars. And this is what I'm saying, you know, these community members that been here from the beginning, wanting to see TBV succeed. You know, together we will. And little by little, man, anytime I could open up a door, I will. Just like, you know, DeMarcus said, he want to turn pro. You know, I'm here, you know. We going to work together to get greater together, man. So shout out Jemmy. The content is amazing. I see the followers going up on social media, on Instagram specifically. I mean, I see the professional fighters commenting. Blair to Flair, Antonio Tarver, USS Cunningham, fucking Leonard Ellaby. These people are in the comment section now. This is amazing. So just shout out to Ignorant Boxing. Really appreciate, you know, you always being there. And again, I'm just glad to be able to pay it forward now and be able to, you know, give a person that was volunteering a check. I got Javi in Oregon. What up?
Hey, what's up, man?
What's good?
Hey, what's up? Hey, let me ask you something. Do you think Josh Taylor won that fight?
I mean, I could be a dude that be like, yo, you got to take it from the champ. You know,
Yeah.
I could just remind people of those little phrases.
Man, let me tell you something, man. So during the fight, I bet on Catterall, right? During the second round, he's like plus 500, right? So when he was a favorite in the 8th round, he dropped him, whatever. He was a heavy favorite. So I pulled out my bet after that round because I saw Josh Taylor hurt him to the body. And not only that, but Josh Taylor was starting to outman him, you know, and I'm the type of guy and fighter that for me to win a fight, it's about at the end of the run who's more fucking man, you know, and I just saw in those championship rounds, Josh Taylor had more balls, you know. Motherfucker got dropped and fought his ass out. But yeah, I hit a lick, my friend. I go.
Hey, share some of that love. You hitting licks out there, baby. Nah, but in all reality, that's how I feel in a way, because as you know, I felt it was seesaw, and I did feel that Catterall won those later rounds. But, you know, I could see he was on the back foot at times. It's like I said, there was, you know, you can hit a live fight chat, man. That's why we do it live, man, because, you know, who's going to remember all that shit at this point? Looks like CYP got the counter punching with the counter.
Yo, listen. I know this is the first of the month. I don't want to wait. This is what I'm willing to do right now. If Raw Dog George Foster, LDBC Bodybagger, Giovanni, Ed Perez, Team Batman Boxing, Alex Vargas, and Roman F. If you guys put your Cash App in the chat right now, I'll give each of y'all $5 so y'all can become members right now. That's my word. Y'all are part of my team. Y'all love me so much. I know y'all love me just as much as you love Ness. I want to support y'all, and I'm dead serious. I will make y'all members right now if you give me your Cash App. That's my word. CYP out.
All right. Batman exists, man. We all know I met him. Shout out to Team Batman Boxing. Took care of me out in Manchester. Fucking love this community. I tell y'all, I love y'all. I'm telling you. You don't even know. Shout out to Bo. He also up next, man. You know what I'm saying? It's called the Put On Gang, man. We going out to Omar. What up?
Yo, what's going on, Ness? What's going on, Danny?
Chilling.
What's up?
So in terms of what Canelo said, man, for me, what's understood don't need to be said. For me, I knew, you know, that all these guys have to do is fight each other. But the problem is, we know it's not going to happen. Look, in an ideal world, I should be rubbing my hands together thinking Charlo can fight Benavidez now. Charlo can fight Plant. But realistically, the way these dudes are wired, they're probably thinking to themselves, so I just have to wait another year before I get a chance to fight him. They're probably waiting for Canelo to tick people off and, waiting for themselves to be on the bottom of the list. These guys just aren't going to fight each other, man, no matter what. Trust me. But that's my call.
If he's right, and I mean, when is Canelo not busy, Danny?
Nah, man, I can't,
No, I mean technically on this contract, like when would he be free?
After December, right? After
if
December,
he fights all of them in this year, damn, you think he's gonna do May, September, December?
That's what Eddie said. Reynoso.
Wow. Okay, so the next year, I mean, I guess he's right then. I guess Omar's right. Somebody will fuck around and just wait. Why not, right?
That'd be fucked up, but
I mean, it's only a year.
Yeah,
somebody
but
gonna wait.
As far as the sport,
I don't think Charlo's gonna wait. Charlo's been in the gym. I don't think he's gonna wait. Plus, Espinoza says something big is coming. I don't think he's gonna wait. Then you got the plant, him saying he'll fight end of the year with Charlo. I don't think that's gonna happen, but if it does, that's an amazing fight. I would love that fight so much. But go ahead.
No, I was gonna say really quick before we get to the next caller. Obviously, we have mentioned it throughout the show in moments today. While we've been on the show, was the Tyson Fury press conference with Dillian White, who wasn't in attendance. But Frank Warren has revealed that the location has been known in Wembley Stadium, right? Obviously, we saw AJ and Klitschko do 90,000. Well, apparently, the stadium will be set up for a new maximum capacity of just under 100,000. So Tyson Fury and Dillian White on April 23rd will have the ability to break the previous record set at Wembley by AJ and Klitschko. So just something to note out. Also, former.
I was hoping, honestly, this is where my mind is, man. I'm so business. I was hoping that you was about to say, yo, Frank Warren announced that they fining Dillian White. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, it's not right that he's not showing up. Like, look at them trying to break records and do 100,000, and you're not even helping that. You're going to be part of that history. This guy is so crazy to me, bro.
Yeah, and so the 100,000 or just under 100,000 news, that's from Michael Benson. So obviously, there's some source behind that. Someone in the chat earlier, though, tweeted that I guess at the press conference it was revealed that White was asking for more money after he signed. So I'm not sure how true that is.
Nah, he said he wanted money to show up to the press con. He said that he wanted money to show up. That's what Fury said anyway. But let me get to these callers really quick. I got a super chat here. Fred Robinson. No. I'm way down. Where are we? We got Nello said months ago they would call Ryan to confirm. We did that, right? Supermax. Let me just say it. Supermax says Nello said months ago they would call Ryan to confirm training, and Ryan wasn't answering. This isn't new from Nello. Fred Robinson says sounds like an opportunity to slide. We said that. Chase, we said that for Surefire D. We got Catherine Murray sends the unicorn with the colorful hair dye. Shout out Catherine Murray with the unicorn sticker. Appreciate you. D Nice back with his second one. He says Frank said he trying to renegotiate after signing. Yeah, that's the thing. How do you try to ask for more money after you already signed that contrato, a.k.a. contract? Fred Robinson with another one. Aren't you the ones praising what Canelo did in a calendar year for Undisputed? So are y'all admittedly saying those guys were light touches? Yeah, Yildirim was not the same as Callum and Billy Joe. I mean, who's not saying that? Who's trying to act like Yildirim is on the level of Callum and Billy Joe? So when you ask Canelo to fight Charlo Andrade Better Beef, aren't you asking him to go through dangerous row or murderous row or death fucking row? Like, what the fuck? Anyway. Jaime Nieto, what up, champ? Where you been at? I hope you get your sweater from from Rick Ramos. I see he replied to you. I'm on him. I mean, you know, you stay on him in that group chat. You know, we trying to make things happen over here. Make-A-Wish Foundation, courtesy of TBV. I'm glad Canelo came out and said this. Now, it's up to these three dudes. They know what they have to do to put themselves in position. If not, it's on them. It's always been on them, my friend. It's always been on them. You know, they could be Clubber Lane like Laura did and got the fight. You know, they could be like Canelo's Austin Trout. You know, beat the brother Canelo and beat someone that is someone in the sport like Miguel Cotto and get the fight. You know, you could be like Mayweather and be the guy in the division and get the fight. Or you can be like Gennady and box him in and have the public think that you're the guy to beat him and get the fight, you know? Or you can be like Rocky Fielding, just be part of the plan, you know? Part of the plan, just like Joe Smith and Better Beef would be part of the plan. You know, nothing different, like Macabu, part of the plan. You know, so put yourself into position, man.
C-Dub says, what's the boomerang fee?
Well, you got to sign up to Patreon. $40 a month gets you 2 calls every single show, no matter how many times we go. Shout out to Brandon Boomerang, Coach J-Mag Boomerang. We got J Will in Ohio. What is up? Try that one more time, because I kind of lost it. Oh, here he goes.
You know, like I know, you should lie low. Killer, I used to get it in Ohio.
Yeah. What's up, fellas?
What up?
Ringwalk, yes.
What's good?
Yeah, man. Good news, man. Good news. Y'all know how, you know, I got to keep Canelo honest, or I try to, but this is definitely good news. Can't hate on, you know, the words, but, you know, we got to keep it real. They are just words. But the one thing I do want to touch on is that I seen an interview of Bivol after he got done sparring Benavidez. That just happened, like, I guess within the past week or so. And I seen the interview of Benavidez after he sparred Bivol as well. Benavidez was talking, I won't say he was talking greasy, but he was sounding very confident. And he was just pretty much saying that he already knows what Canelo's going to do to him based upon what he was able to do to Bivol in the sparring. He did keep it 100 about Bivol's 1-2 being very strong and very powerful, but he is, you know, some of them as being kind of basic, you know what I'm saying, open the body punches, you know, things like that. But so I was really excited for the Bivol fight, but after, you know, seeing this recent interview between Benavidez after sparring Bivol, you know, I'm leaving kind of like, I don't know, I just hope he doesn't walk through Bivol. I just hope it's a good fight, man. But that's my call.
Yo, but you see that I think it's a different. It's just how we interpret things. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I played a lot of sports, man, and I'm competitive. So you always think you're better than the next man, especially in sports, and you looking for the things that you can exploit. Just because he thinks he could beat him and beat him to the body, that don't mean everybody can exploit that, though. That don't mean everybody can go to the body. When you go to the body, you leave yourself suspect of getting hit upstairs anyway. So it's just like, can you perform the task that needs to be done that night to get the job done? You know, are you of that skill level to get it done? I got Big Nick, UK. What up?
Hey, man. What's going on, people? Shout out to Canelo, man. There's God time and there's Canelo time, man. And both are true. But listen, I just want to say, man, like, shout out to Dillian White. A lot of people are giving him stick for not turning up to the presser, but it's not like his purse changes whether he turns up or not. Do you see what I'm saying? It's not like it's a pay-per-view event in the sense of, like, well, the more he promotes the fight, maybe the more interest and stuff like that, bro. Ain't shit happening for him. So good on him for you know, putting one over Frank and Bob, and not only that, for having Eddie's back, man. Because you remember how Frank and Bob were laughing at Eddie when they watched him try and put the AJ and Fury fight together in the Middle East, and he was doing all that running up and down and whatever, and they lost big purses potentially, and, you know, lost a big cut of money. So shout out to Dillian White for doing the same thing to Frank and Bob.
Yeah, no, for sure. Once again, Dillian White a no show at the press conference, the first press conference for the Tyson Fury fight. I disagree a little bit. I do think even though he's not getting paid for the press conference, like that's part of promoting the fight.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? Like,
Get no
look
pass for
at
that,
Canelo.
man. That shit whack.
Nuss. I mean, I'm gonna go to you because obviously you are a big believer that Plant smacking Canelo countering whatever that helps sell that fight.
Hell yeah, that drove interest. Hell yeah, that drove interest.
So for those wondering too, I saw it in the comments. C-Dub. So for a counter punch, it's 5.
Yes.
Cash App or Super Chat $5.
Yes,
Just
sir.
let us know. It's for a Super Chat. I'm sorry, for
A
a
counter punch.
punch.
And a counter punch gets you the ability to get another call right now live for as long as 1 entire minute. Let me get to some of these other calls. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I just wanted something in the combat sports world. Former 2-time heavyweight champion of the world in the UFC, Cain Velasquez, was arrested on attempted murder.
What?
He was just
I know that
arrested
dude. Ain't he the one that fought Brock Lesnar?
Yeah.
And you see why you got to do commercial shit? I don't watch UFC. I didn't even watch his Lesnar fight. But because he fought Lesnar, who's from obviously WWE or F, and that's a popular machine in itself. Last time I checked, I think you double checked. Last time I checked, they had 56 million on YouTube. I think you double checked, they had 90, right?
Yeah, it's gone up. The WWE has on YouTube.
Looks like we got a cash app for a counterpunch from C-Dub in Alabama. C-Dub in Alabama. I don't see you on there though, C-Dub. I don't see you on here.
86 million on YouTube for the WWE.
I don't see C-Dub, so I'll wait for you to come on. In the meantime, I got Oscar in San Antonio. What up?
What's up, man? Can you hear me? Or you need me to get off?
Yes, sir.
Canelo's going to fight Bivol and Gennady?
Oh, yeah, that's guaranteed. He already signed a contract. He's training. Bivol's May 7th.
Okay.
No venue announced yet.
Okay, so why doesn't Charlo and Andre just stay where they're at, and try to unify? Because after Triple G gets retired, that belt's going to be open, and someone should try to fight Murata right now. Don't you think that's a better thing?
Murata's already scheduled to fight Gennady. What date is that? He's
But I
already
thought
scheduled.
It's still going to happen?
Yeah, it's
They're
still on.
saying April. They're saying April, and then the Canelo fight would obviously, the winner, if it's Golovkin at least, would be in September for Canelo.
So the winner gets to be at the Canelo fight.
I thought he was pulling out for the Canelo fight. You know what I mean?
Oh nah, he got to beat Murata to get the shot. Ain't no free rides.
And when is that fight happening?
Supposed to be April. It got postponed from December, and the current word is April.
Well then, if not, Charlo and Andre move up. Go fight Yildirim and John Ryder. Either way.
I would rather the more realistic option of Charlo fighting Plant on his side of the street. Benavidez is already fighting Lemieux, so that means that the winner of Plant Charlo can fight Benavidez, and the winner of that can be free to fight Canelo. It's real simple, unless Al believes in Morrell and puts Morrell in that mix. But I believe that Al is a fair man and he doesn't really let dudes skip the line. That's why Thurman had his time. Danny had his time. And then when Danny's time was up, it was Thurman's time. When Thurman's time was up, it was a little bit of Porter time in the mix of building Earl time. You know what I'm saying? Wilder had his time. Tank got his time. Like, he give you your time. He don't really, poor Gary never got his time. He was asking for that. Oh shit, don't laugh. I didn't mean that like that. It came out like I was happy he didn't ever get those Abner or Leo fights. That's not how I felt. It's just like, wow. He never got those Abner or those Leo fights. That's strange being with Al. You usually get the fight. He's the one dude that could complain when it's all said and done. Maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't. I'm going to yo. Brooklyn Jew. Shit, my bad. C-Dub, Counterpunch. You sitting down there at the bottom because you ain't pressed 1. What up?
What up? Yeah, I'm back, man. Shit, we in here, man. I gotta come back for Andrade, man, because everybody got a pass. Benavidez and Charlo got a pass, but Andrade don't. All Andrade can do is keep winning. So what is gonna be enough if this man get another belt, another division, and nobody won't fight him? He already clipped BJS nuts. BJS ain't had a big win to get the fight either, by the way. But he clipped BJS nuts because we were supposed to get the BJS and Andrade winner for Canelo. But BJS ran. So if Andrade keep getting avoided, now we got to add this man to the murderer's row. Like, now I'm about to go YouTube murderer's row. Because, I'm like, what are we going to do for Andrade, though? Like, TBV.
What are you going to do for himself?
That's what we here for. That's what he doing for himself. He going up to get us better than another division.
To fight Zach Parker? Ain't my man from Australia?
What else can he do then, Ness? What do you want him to do? What else can he do then?
Something that ain't that, bro. It ain't that. Like, nobody in America gives a fuck about him fighting Zach Parker. Let's stop the bullshit right now. No one in America, nobody in Providence, Rhode Island, where he's from, gives a fuck about Zach Parker. Nobody in this chat gives a fuck about Zach Parker. Nobody. I don't see nobody calling for Zach Parker. People don't even call in to talk about Zach Parker ever. I got damn near 12 years doing this shit. When the fuck do they call in talking for Zach Parker? They ain't even calling for Zach Parker right now. They talking strictly Andre and what he's doing. They don't even mention Parker. Don't nobody care about that shit. Counterpunch, J-Mac.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Speaking of bullshit, I'm glad I got to get right behind you, because that's what you just spewed. Nobody called for Caleb Smith. Nobody called for fucking Rocky Fielding. A guy moves up from a weight class, but she's been in Canelo weight since Canelo been fighting, and he's been champions in Canelo weights. So let's not just undermine that. Andrade has kept himself in position. Canelo just chose not to fight him in these weight class. Moving up an interim and getting himself in position to where he could become Canelo mandatory, or possibly getting a Benavidez fight. Andre is doing what he's supposed to be doing. So let's stop the cap. Let's stop the narrative, because nobody called for Rocky Fielding, Caleb Smith, and the motherfucker that got the belt after Benavidez was stripped. So stop the cap, stop the bullshit, and stop the lies. That's my call.
See, it's just interpretation. I'm no longer going to try to say that, people's boxing knowledge is just not there, or their understanding of business is not there. It's just the interpretation, how you interpret certain things. You can be on the spectrum and on that side of Rocky Fielding. Ain't nobody asked for that. But in actuality, Canelo asked for that because he had a plan to undispute the division. How did it start? By getting the regular WBA from Rocky. What did that transition into? Fighting the super champion in the WBA, Callum, who happened to also be the Muhammad Ali trophy winner for going through the tournament to become the #1 super middleweight, Ring Magazine belt holder, and WBC diamond belt holder. After that, he fought Yeardom. After that, he fought WBO champion Billy Joe. Now
Those 3 in 20 weeks, by the way. Let's not forget that. Those 3 fights was in the 20-week span.
No, I understand when these people do not like someone, they forget their accomplishments. So it's easy for him to say, we didn't ask for that. You can say you didn't ask for that. No one asked for Ndango, but it was part of an Undisputed. No one asked for a vacant belt vacant belt title fight with Thomas Delorme, who had been knocked out by Luis Carlos Abreu. But we got it because it was part of a mission to go undisputed. You know? But here we are. Did we ask for Kansan Pang when Josh Taylor fought him? No, it was part of a mission. But when it's Canelo, he's doing wrong. When Josh Taylor fights Kansan Pang, it's part of the mission. Like, stop the fucking hypocrisy. You guys don't waste money to show that you're a hypocrite. Don't do that. Like, who cares that Andrade is going to fight Zach Parker? Like, again, a word I've been using here, a phrase, I've been using it for many years. I live in the reality I live in. And this reality tells me that Canelo did not fight Jermall Charlo as a mandatory challenger. He did not fight him. So why the fuck does it matter if Andre becomes some sort of WBO mandatory? That ain't going to get you the Canelo fight. You don't box Canelo in that way. You must embarrass him. It must be a Clubber Lane. A la Laura. A la Charlo. The proof is in the pudding. Even Gennady, he had the people turn on Canelo. Shirts, Mexican style, Mexicans for Canelo. You don't just get the fight unless he picks you or you force it. And Andre fighting Zach Parker. Give me a fucking break, bro. I'm going to be shaving with my fucking Manscaped when that fight is on. I'm not going to fucking watch that fight. Like, I have to groom that night. Fuck is we talking about? Zach Parker. My man's biggest name on his resume is Vaughn Alexander, which, don't get me wrong, his name looks better now that fucking Vaughn went ahead and beat Louis Cubas Aries after Louis Cubas Aries beat fucking, Jarrett Hurd. But it looks like Maestro joined us. Always fun when they pop in like that. What's going on, Maestro? You're on mute, champ. Nice new mic, though.
Oh, Maestro, you dropping the ball, man.
Drop ball all day, all day, all day.
You still, oh, Maestro,
he coming in hot,
what's going on?
Hot. He coming in hot. I got a counterpunch number 2 for J-Mac, I believe. I could be wrong here. I could be wrong here.
He had 2 counterpunches already, right?
Oh, so maybe I'm wrong.
Come to me next real quick.
Are you? Am I right here, J-Mac, or not?
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
right.
you do.
All right.
Okay.
So go for it.
Like I was saying, I challenge what you said because I listened to the narrative you run. We didn't ask for certain fights and we got it. Everybody not Canelo Ness. Everybody don't have the money. Everybody not the A side. They don't get to pick and choose what they want to do, and the sport don't move around them. Yes, that's Canelo Alvarez. Shout out to Canelo for fighting Bivol. I already gave him the stamp, but stop comparing them. Andrade got to do his own lane. You didn't already had his matchmaker and promoter come on here and say it's hard to make this guy a fight and what have you. All this bullshit about who he moving up and did it. Billy Joe Saunders felt a drug test. That's why he couldn't get the fight. So C-Dub forgot to mention that as well too. So that was the 3rd time Billy Joe ducked him. As far as Andrade moving up and getting in position to do what you're supposed to do or get in position now to make the fight made, we can't shit on who the name is in front. It happens in multiple weight classes. Everybody is not a Canelo. Everybody don't have the weight class where they got big names. All you got to do is fight the best guys in that weight class and move up. This will be his
Champ. Why are you wasting money to repeat yourself when I'm specifically telling you it don't matter that he's putting himself in position as a mandatory when it didn't matter for Charlo? So he's risking for no reason. And then he's going to fight a no-name. So it's just, like, again, Canelo said, the rhetoric on Canelo, Maestro, is he's on a Euro tour. He's fighting a white boy rock band. Your mic's still not there, bro. That's the new mic. It's not set up right. Go check your Skype settings and make sure your microphone says your right mic. So Canelo gets the racial slurs. He's fighting a white boy rock band. But who the fuck has Andre been fighting? Huh? What is that? If Canelo fought a rock band, What is Andrade fighting? Huh? Or should I refresh your memory on who's the last few names that Demetrius Andrade has fought? Let me see if Google's listening. There you go. I only had to put DE. They listening to everything. That's why I don't get scared. They helping my job. Fuck that. Quigley, he seems white. Liam, he seems white. Luca, he seems white. Fucking Selecki, he seems white. Akakov, a.k.a. Wolverine, he seems white. Oh, I guess he's not on a fucking Euro tour. I guess it's only Canelo. This is what I'm saying. You guys are so fucking hypocritical and such hypocrites that it's insane. Andre deserves the fight for beating up 5 white boys. Canelo is a cheater and he's on a white boy rock band tour. You see the difference in narratives? You guys are just a bunch of shitty ass liars, bro. But King Born, what's up, my man? What's up? I hope you got something authentic, man. Cause I'm cooking over here. And dudes is frying in that nest stew.
Brooklyn Jew is coming through your town.
Let's get to it.
When you see old dirty bastards in a position like that, then you know they'll get ready to bust your...
I love my TVV, comrades.
TheBoxingVoice.com.
Listen, man.
What?
Goddamn Spider Crime, goddamn South Shane. That's all I need. And I'm good.
SDS Promotions.
Hey, yo. You hear me right, Las Vegas? I said. Listen, man. I love my TVV comrades. I love my TVV live chat comrades. Let's get to it. Yo, I'm on my Red Man Can't Wait shit today. Switching speeds like Bruce Lee riding the Fuji in the movie. I'm on some other nice shit today. I'm on like, yo, you thought it was Chris, but it was Piss, and the fucking roster peed. The fucking roster peed in the apple juice. What I mean by that, y'all, if y'all listening, is that, yo, this shit is wild. They gotta fight each other. You mean to tell me these motherfuckers gonna fight now? Get off his dick. Get off his motherfucking dick. Get off Canelo dick and get busy with some shit. And let me tell y'all something about Alpo, right? The only famous Parker we know right now is the motherfucker that turned off Alpo TV on Halloween and shit.
Cut it.
J-Mac counterpunch.
Yo. Cut that bullshit. King Born. Shit. Oh my God. I'm gonna cook your ass on that back call for that. Hey, look, the only thing I'm gonna say is you are inconsistent on this show. Your narrative changed day by day in your arguments. One, you want Andrade to make his own lane. It's always about Canelo. Just because he moves himself in position to become an interim doesn't mean he can get a David Benavidez or what have you. If Canelo decides not to fight him, because that's the problem. Canelo picks and chooses who he wants to fight. That's a fact. You have admitted that, and we understand that. I'm not saying position himself for Canelo, but moving up to a weight class where he have not been able to get a unification of fights made at 160 because Charlo don't want to fight and Triple G doesn't. Why not move up in 168 and put yourself in the best position to get a fight or go and move on to your next weight class? You wake up with Canelo on your mind and your head every day. Demetrius Andrade should start working on building his own lane and stay in his own lane. It don't have to be a Canelo. It could be a Benavidez after Parker. But you got to give a man respect for what he's trying to do and build his own lane. That's all I'm saying.
Let me just go ahead and say this because I'm going to have my guy, shout out to Ignorant Boxing. This is about to be a motherfucking clip for this guy. So they say Canelo was on a Euro tour, similar to Joe Smith. What is it? No, excuse me. We're going to start over so you don't have to have that edit there. All right, so they say that Canelo's on a Euro tour, but wasn't it Joe Louis that was on the Bum of the Month tour, right? So Canelo's alleged Euro tour starts with Kovalev from Russia, Callum Smith from the UK, Yildirim, I have no, Middle East, definitely. So that ruins, then you got Billy Joe, and then you got Caleb Plant. They call these guys a white boy rock band. So if we go to Andrade, he's got Artur Akakov, a.k.a. Wolverine, Masil Selecki. He's got Luke Keeler, Liam Williams, Jason Quigley, and now the alleged Zach Parker.
There's a clear distinction there, though, Ness.
What's that?
Between the two lists. All of Canelo's opponents, with the exception of Yildirim, were world champions. Mm-hmm. None of the latter fighters that you just mentioned were world champions.
No, they were just guys.
They were all contenders at best.
Liam definitely a contender, and by Liam I mean Williams. Quigley, I don't know that he deserves the title shot. Luke Keeler, I guess he beat Luis Cubas Aries. Gotta let him win a title shot for that. I mean, I don't know. What are we doing here, man? It's
fair to say that none of them were world champions, though.
No, none of them were world champions.
But Canelo's getting shit for taking on world champions.
Yes.
It doesn't really make much sense.
Meanwhile, Floyd's one of his major lines throughout his career, Danny, I'm sure the Almanac can tell us, is what? I beat 16 world champions, right? Ain't it like that? Or is it 18?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't remember the number, but I remember the quote.
Okay, so there we go. So Canelo's on his champion hunt too. But I got callers, man. But Maestro, before I get to them, and I see so many of you, don't go away. We're gonna give Maestro 3 minutes. He's been in and out the microphone. Take about 3 minutes to go ahead and let me know how you really feel. I'm gonna just go ahead and put the clock on you though, so these guys don't get mad. I know they're
won't
waiting
take too
patiently.
long. About the Canelo situation?
It's 22. Canelo has beat 16 world champions.
Oh, so TBE, that stands for the best ever. Floyd Mayweather beat 22 champions. Canelo at 31, far from retirement, beat 16 champions.
So far.
Oh, what?
Oh, what?
Take it over, Maestro. I'm gonna restart that for you. I hate to put
that's fine. I don't even know if I need a full 3 minutes for this. I might do a woman's round, 2 minutes on this. It's very interesting to me that when people's favorite fighter makes business moves, they're given props for it. Moves that allow them to buy cars and houses and have that 7-figure, 8-figure bank account. Let's go. Now, Canelo's moves also are moves that are business moves. There's no denying that, right? He's out there to make money. He is a prize fighter. He is doing record-breaking contracts like with Dazn and with this re-up that he's done. But at least with Canelo's moves that are business moves, like he's taking on a Bivol. Bivol, regardless of what you think about him, is a legit, active world champion.
Yes.
That cannot be disputed.
Young. In his prime, not 32.
In his prime.
Not 35, right? In his prime.
So Canelo's business move isn't, I'm just going to pull it out of the air, like taking on a Shambe Mitchell in your first fight at welterweight. Top of my head.
Shots fired at Floyd? Wow.
I think it's an appropriate example. And there's nothing wrong with that move, by the way, because if you're moving up a weight class, you don't necessarily want to take on the best guy in that weight class.
Exactly.
Just like I said,
Terrence took
Josh
on
Taylor,
Jeff Horn. That wasn't the best guy.
Josh Taylor should not be going off to fight Terrence Crawford in his first fight at welterweight.
So
management all the way cancels that fight.
Wait. I gotta extend your time here. So that means you had him winning or losing.
Josh Taylor?
Yeah.
I had Catterall winning the fight, but I don't think it was a robbery. People have been going at me like extra hard on that one, especially people out of England.
Yeah.
I just think that the reaction to it was over the top. The guy's getting death threats and all kind of nonsense.
Wow.
People are calling. Yeah, my brother Kenny T from the Heights was the one who put me onto that.
That's crazy.
It's like, if I call a fight a close fight, that's up to interpretation, Yeah. If you win a fight by 2 rounds, to me, that's kind of a close fight. And the funny thing is, shout out to D-Style because he made this point, right? Even the people that have Catterall winning, there's no consensus on the 7 rounds that they believe that he won.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some of them have him winning round X, another have him winning round Y, another have him winning round Z.
Because that's what a tight fight is. That's what a tight fight is, man.
That's what a tight fight is. So even the people that think he won the fight can't agree on which rounds he definitively, well, not definitively, but which rounds he won. You know what I mean?
Well, I'll say this about Catterall using the Canelo line. The fight is tight because, you know, he's fighting the best. Catterall showed he belongs.
100%.
He dropped Tio. I'm thinking Tio because Kambosos, the mandatory, dropped Tio, and now Catterall, the mandatory, drops, Taylor, who was on a very high pedestal and high horse himself. Fans had him on a high pedestal, especially UK fans, and then he had himself on this high horse, belittling Tank, calling his belt a Milky Mouse belt, and, laughing at Tio for losing and getting dropped, and boom, he gets dropped and has a very controversial win on his resume now. So I'm telling you, karma is real, bruh. It's real. I'm going to just shut up right there.
No, I mean, you're right.
Callers. Who we got? It looks like IPP. Okay, on Skype. You there? Or do you not know that's your screen name? Let me see. Does it say anything else in the...
That me?
That's you.
Okay, that was JP.
Oh, JP, what up? Oh, is that Oh, I'm losing my eyesight if that's a lowercase J. What the fuck?
Nah, Skype did something crazy, man, so I don't know. Look, man, I know Black History Month is over, but that don't mean it's let Canelo off the hook day. Another thing I'm really tired of. So
don't tell me you about to go to the country rock band shit, because we just seen Andre on the same shit.
No, I ain't gonna do the country rock band. But I want to address all the fellas. Look, man, it's not a masculine trait by any man when in a tough spot to bring another man into it. This is why we start getting mad at Kobe, because when he got up on his rape case, he said, well, Shaq do it too. We don't do that as men. So can we please leave Shambe Mitchell out of this? Jesus Christ, Shambe Mitchell.
Well,
man.
no,
really
that's unfair. That's unfair because Floyd is, he's the gold standard. He's the gold standard.
Shambe Mitchell.
No. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how. What part of the career? His entire career is TBE and the gold standard. He gave us the green print. So everything he does is under the microscope.
Well, at least can we have that at the same trajectories in people's career? The Shambe Mitchell pool, Floyd was still pretty boy at that time.
He was coming off his first and very big pay-per-view. He did like 300 and something buys for his first pay-per-view. That's amazing. And he whooped his ass.
Stop.
He whooped it. What you mean? What you mean? Tank doing 200. Floyd first pay-per-view.
That's an accurate statement. He's talking about the Gotti fight
in
in Jersey at the Boardwalk Hall. That knows what he's talking about.
He hadn't even fought Oscar yet.
Bruh,
so how can the trajectories in their career be the same right now?
He fought Sean Bay after Gotti. See, I can't argue with Chavez. I don't know it. He fought Sean Bay after Gotti. That's what he shouldn't have did. That's what I say about Earl. That's what I say.
HBO.
And that's why I say Earl is on track to be greater than from a pay-per-view standpoint if his numbers could just turn up. He the only fighter, well, Tank on that same, now they doing Tank like that too. But Earl's the only fighter since he got on pay-per-view not to get off pay-per-view.
It's very weird. It's very weird also. Very weird also, Ness, to compare like a sexual assault allegation and someone's response to that to a man moving up in weight.
I thought he was gonna say something about Shaq
I didn't know where that was going.
Yeah. No, he's the same guy that said country rock band. I'm telling you, these guys, they're out
weird
here.
One.
We got CYP. Is that payment or is this another one? As my man, I don't know who says it. Is it Khaled?
Another one.
Khaled?
There's another one.
Let's go.
Hey, y'all do realize that y'all hear me?
Yep.
Not quite. All right. You realize Shambe Mitchell was his first fight up to welterweight. That was his first fight up to welterweight. You know how when Canelo moved up, he fought Liam Smith, and then when he moved up, he fought Rocky Fielding. Charlo Mitchell was better than both of them. And then when Floyd,
what about Kovalev?
Don't cut him off. Don't cut him off. Don't cut him off. Don't cut him off, please. Don't cut him off.
Hey, you don't know me, homie. Don't cut me off. I don't even like your voice anyway. No, but listen, when Floyd moved up to 154, super welterweight, who'd he fight? Oscar De La Hoya. See, if you just want to go pound for pound, let's do it. I don't mind it. Let's talk about the first fight when they stepped up to a new weight class. One of y'all, ring walk, whoever, read off the opponents who they first fought when they first stepped up. Floyd versus Canelo, and let's see how it plays out. No interruptions, no name calling. Just read off the names. Let's go.
All right. I'm gonna do that because Floyd only moved up a few times. You know.
I mean, at 140, correct me if I'm wrong, but he didn't fight Costa Azul. He took on Gotti, right?
Yeah.
At 147, right? People were calling for him. I'm just giving you the narrative of the Floyd haters, which I'm not, by the way. But
you about to get labeled as one.
Well, that's fine. People could label me whatever they want. It's whatever, you know. At the end of the day, like, people were calling for fights like Margarito 147, and his fight. Paul Williams, exactly. His first fight wasn't those two. His first fight was Shambe Mitchell. Okay. So look, I mean, there's always going to be criticisms of people that achieve the status in a sport of a Floyd Mayweather, of a Canelo. But to try to diminish a man going up to 175 and taking on Kovalev, who, by the way, before the fight, people were like, oh, his jab is going to be crazy. He's so big and so strong. You know, all those narratives went away after Canelo won, even though he did have to work to get that win. Now people are acting like moving up to 175 to take on Kovalev is like easy work. Like, that makes no sense.
I got it pulled up. Let me bring back Canelo's too, right? So, all right, we're going to, and I'm going to screen share this. All right, and we'll have to zoom out slightly to show both sides. All right, so this is Canelo's. No, this is Mayweather. So Mayweather started his career at 130 pounds, and he won his first world title versus Gennaro Hernandez. As you can see, I'm highlighting. That was at 130. So when he did move up, he moved up to Emmanuel Augustus right here at 135. So that's not a big deal. We'll go to Canelo. And we'll just note that in his third fight, he took on Miguel Puppet Vasquez, that went on to be a world champion, beat Kareem Melfield, and just be a very difficult fight for people until he got very old. But that happened in his third fight of his career. A lot of you may not know that. As a 15-year-old boy, he beat Miguel Puppet Vasquez. But, you know, you don't know shit about boxing, so why would you, even pay attention to that? But moving forward, we're looking for his first world title, right? So Canelo won a title at 47, but I think it was just an interim WBC.
No, he won it against Haddon, didn't he? Matthew Haddon?
Yeah, but wasn't it just an interim?
I don't know if that was an interim. I don't remember it being an interim. It definitely was vacant.
Well,
it definitely was vacant.
You might be right. It says vacant WBC. Oh, no, but this says super welterweight. So maybe this was a 54 title?
154 against Haddon, first weight. But it was at a catch weight, if you remember, which is why it's got a little asterisk behind it.
Yeah, Canelo weighed 151, Hatton weighed 149. So is Matthew Hatton, has he had a better career than Emmanuel Augustus? I mean, if we talk to Buddy McGirt, he's going to say that Augustus could beat Earl Spence. But we know Augustus, as far as I know, never won the world title. And Matthew Hatton, I don't think he's ever won a world title. So as a panel, what say you? Who's the better win, Hatton or Augustus?
I mean, it's a wash. I know Floyd said that Augustus was probably his most difficult challenge.
Yep.
But I've heard him say that. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think those just cancel each other out. It's very difficult to make a substantive argument either way because, like you said, neither of them achieve world title status.
Danny?
So I just call that a draw.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, given Floyd's comments about how tough of a fight Emmanuel Augustus was, I think to me that's just like a even, 50-50 type of when you compare him to Matthew Haddon.
So being as though that's where he won his world title at 54, the next time Canelo moved up was 64 to fight Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. So for Floyd, his next time moving up after 35 to fight Augustus would be 40 to fight DeMarcus Corley. So I'm not sure DeMarcus won the world title either, but I'll say DeMarcus, even with all those, well, damn, Chavez did win the world title against Sebastian
Yeah,
Zvi.
160.
Yeah, but we all know there's an asterisk. Come on, man. They stripped Martinez, gave it.
You don't like Marco Antonio Rubio?
I just, man. Do I?
Look, it's an argument either way. I'm just calling it another draw. It's another draw.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna honestly. You
want to chop?
I am, bro. He just was a tougher fighter throughout his career. He gave us way better fights. Like he tried in losing. He was never a quitter. Every fight he got as a B-side. Chavez was an A-side, B-side.
Fair enough. You convinced me. 1-0 Floyd.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're 1-0-1 right now.
Yeah.
Floyd Mayweather.
All right.
1-0-1.
So for Canelo, the next time he moves up, is to Rocky Fielding. So for Floyd, let me screen share.
What about the move to 160? You haven't done that for Canelo yet.
Well,
no, we did.
He went from Liam
50.
Smith. He went from Liam Smith at 54.
Yeah.
To Chavez.
To Chavez.
Yeah, but that wasn't at 160 though.
Yeah, that was at 64 and a half.
That's 60. That's 68
Chavez,
technically.
And then after Chavez, it was Golovkin. Because remember, after the fight, they announced it.
That's why I don't want you to skip 160 because you didn't go to 160 yet because that's Triple G at 160. You can't skip over that.
My bad, J-Man. Why he always act like this is... Yo, once I'm full-time in studio, believe me, we're going to have a board for the cash apps and everything. Like and the counter punches. You'll never get left behind. I don't know why you always say that I don't appreciate you. Crazy. Of course I acknowledge. Shout out to J-Mac. 3 counter punches. You know what I'm saying? We going with the bomb. But you see how now I'm able to look at Skype. That's all that is. It's just a matter of, which of these 4 computers I'm looking at, which brings me to Blog Talk. They've been waiting forever. We got to go to them. I'm going to Steve in Chicago. We're going to have to stop CYP's game because we're going to lose all these callers on Blog Talk. We're going to just go to everybody on Blog Talk next. Steve, talk to me.
Hey, Daddy, this a dollar beat.
I drink soda, I eat pizza, I hang out with chicks all day. These fighters still can't beat me. They fighting every day, they're in the gym every day. Just give me 6 weeks, and I got it.
BoxingVoice.com.
Steve, what up?
That's Danny. Good morning.
What up?
Yeah, I'm gonna get back to the topic. I don't have a problem with the Bivol. I don't think you can debate against that. He's got a title, different weight class, whatever. But I think we're being hypocritical with this Triple G thing. I disagree with you. I think win, lose, or draw, they'll make that no matter what. So if they do, why couldn't Canelo say, like, hey, shouldn't Charlo's been wanting to fight Triple G? Why couldn't he say those two fight each other? Those two would unify, and both of them are at 160. Like, why is he getting a pass when he's already fought him twice?
Who?
I don't understand how we can defend that.
Who?
Triple G.
Triple G. I don't think it's a good fight either.
No.
He's not getting a good fight. He's not getting a good... Man, that's not an easy fight. Stop playing. That's not an easy fight. It's not an easy fight. It's not an easy fight, and I'm not going to let you say that's an easy fight. That dude's a big puncher. Rob Brandt is a good friend of our show. Rob Brandt beat him the first time. I thought Rob Brandt was going to beat him first. He beat Rob Brandt very convincingly the second time. You know, even though he was elevated, a lot of champions get elevated. Shout out to Ugas. You know, plenty champions get elevated, but his Rob Brandt win. Mind you, Rob Brandt was even, I think, with Bomac or with Eddie Mustafa Muhammad or Derek James at the time. So he had a very good trainer at the time.
He was with Eddie Mustafa.
There you go. So, you know, and he was a long-time sparring partner, Earl Spence. He spent, you know, two training camps or one at Crawford's gym. So he sparred Crawford. Like, he's gotten that Bomac tutelage. Like, Rob Brandt is a good win on Ryota Marota's resume. Just as good as an Austin Trout or Julian Williams. You know, if not,
I agree.
If not better, because Brandt actually had the title when they fought. He beat him.
Those. Sorry to interrupt.
No, you didn't at all.
No, I think though that Steve was actually criticizing a Golovkin versus Canelo fight. Sorry, Canelo fight.
Yeah, but if Golovkin unifies with fucking Marota and he's got the IBO and the IBF and the WBA Super. How could you criticize that? Meanwhile, if Al offers fucking Golovkin $40 million and he takes the Charlo fight, we gonna be over here having a party. Everybody gonna be calling Charlo, yeah, he finally got the fight. Golovkin can't run, he can't hide. They ain't gonna be talking about how that he 39. They ain't gonna be talking about that he old. They ain't gonna be talking about that they ain't want to see it with Canelo. They gonna be talking about that this Charlo's biggest fight. They gonna blow it up. So, again, today is the hypocritical show, bro. I got these callers on Blog Talk trying to duck this work. Colorado, Stonebone, what up?
What up, man? So Dillian White ducking press conferences out here, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, man. Hey, the thing about this, he ain't signed with Matchroom, right?
Mm-mm.
He ain't signed with Top Rank, right?
Nope.
I bet you Fury getting paid to be at that press conference. I bet you AJ get paid to be at his press conferences. I bet you Terrence Crawford get paid to be at his press conferences. That's a Dillian White problem that he didn't negotiate with the people representing him.
But you mean getting paid outside of your purse?
No, I don't think so.
Absolutely. No, listen. Yes, you do. You get perks. They pay for your travel and they give you a stipend. Just like when you get ready for. Just like they came out in court. Go read the transcripts about all the shit in Terrence Crawford shit about how Top Rank paid him $50,000.
They paid $50,000 for his training camp.
Training camp. Well, other guys have to try to get that money recouped later through negotiations. But if you negotiate a lot of this shit up front, it's took care of. So a lot of this stuff is out in public. How you can negotiate that? That's a Dillian White problem. He needs to show up to get his ass whooped because that's what's gonna happen. But listen, man. This might be the best thing that happened to these guys, man. The pretty girl got married. So you niggas can go get out the way and go find you a new piece. Go find you a new piece, man. The pretty girl is married for a year.
I can't let these guys say that I'm giving you extra time, champ. They called me on it yesterday. So I got to be mindful. We moving on to the 919. Who is this? 919 Oklahoma. Looking like a new caller. Oh, shit. Oh, wait. Wrong one. Wait. 9197. Jaime from North Carolina. What up? Not a new caller. My bad, champ.
We talking about Canelo's comments that he made on Ellie's interview, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ellie Setback. Shout out Ellie Setback for getting that interview in Canelo's training camp.
For real. But look, man, I feel like Canelo's speaking facts. I mean, all these guys have the talent to be superstars. You know, why not fight each other? We had, De La Hoya, Vargas, Trinidad. They all fight each other. They all have their own brand. So, I mean, what's wrong with that, man? Nothing. And I think Bivol's a great fight, man. Bivol's a great fight. I remember when Canelo was fighting Kovalev, everybody was like, oh, no, why don't he fight
Bivol?
Someone like Bivol?
You're right.
So, like, now people are mad, right?
Very
crazy.
true.
But you're always gonna get hate as a top dog. Whoever is up next, he's gonna get the same hate. But these dudes gotta invest in their brand, man. They gotta start doing TikTok dances or signing Jake Paul. They gotta do something, But that's me, man.
All right. Yo,
That's what Bradis is trying to do, but he's not looking too good in my eyes.
Yeah, he got caught by a clown by Coley for it.
With the whole Mario Brothers thing, I mean, what's that about?
His call sparked something to remind me about J-Mac's call. J-Mac said, yo, Ness, you the one to tell fighters make their own lane. Yo, again, people call champion Callum Smith, champion Billy Joe, champion Keller Plant a white boy rock band. But what's the name of Andrade's lane for fighting Wolverine, Luke Keeler, Quigley, Liam Will? What's the name?
You made me laugh the way you said Quigley.
I mean, but what's the name of that? What lane is that? He said, make your own lane. That ain't no lane.
That's the European Contender.
Actually, it is a lane. No man's lane. It don't matter them names. He ain't getting the fight. Matter of fact, let me end it with the soundbite. Damn, that shit sound like a fucking rhyme on purpose.
Horrible fighter.
Horrible, man. You never get the fight, bro. You never get the fight, bro. Let me move on to... Listen, again, if you're on Skype, use the hands up feature. If you're looking to get on the show, we're going to Georgie Porgy, Boston.
Yo, first of all, let me say, I don't pay showtime to see you all there, not even putting a goddamn motherfucking effort. If I want to see two motherfuckers just fight, I pick up a fight with somebody in the street. Don't need that shit. You don't love that sport, my dude? Just move along. Gone. Fuck you. Next. What a great show. Thumbs up, donate.
Hey, yo! What's happening, people? Mr. Gibbs, another beautiful show.
Grazie.
Amazing. Yo, shout out to the chat. Shout out to the callers. I don't give a fuck if Dillian White doesn't show up to the press conference. I don't give a fuck if they hate it on Bivol. This shit is all about TVB. The best show, the best entertainment out there, by none. Nobody can fuck with TVB. A round of applause to all the participants. You guys deserve it. Beautiful. I gotta go. Everybody support TVB. Donate. Shout out to the UK, the USA, Ukraine. Fuck Saudi Arabia. Fuck Dubai. And that fucking slavery building bullshit that they got going on down there. I'm out.
Georgie Porgy, Boston. Looks like Majid is ready. Georgie, Majid, what up?
Yo, I like the video, subscribe to the channel, join YouTube members and Patreon for something. Yeah, man, shout out to Mr. Ellie Seckback, for getting that shit out. And, I've been saying the same shit week after week. If he was retired, what the fuck would they do? And, even what CYP say, there ain't no reason to fight. They just made a reason, So, I mean, I don't know how that timeline is for Cinco de Mayo now with David Benavidez having a fight, but that's how you raise the profile and make that shit even worth more than a 50 mil fight for Canelo when he come over, if he decide to do that shit, But other than that, like I said yesterday, I don't believe in getting on the 168 rankings to get a title shot when he trying to do this 175 undisputed. It ain't about supporting every action that he make. It's just a business. Y'all know what it is. So if they really want to catch up, they better go try to challenge Better Beaver son and get those other belts. Because other than that, they ain't even on the same level weight class wise. But that's all I got.
All right. I got Boomerang J Matt.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm not on what Canelo doing anymore. I say I like the Bivol fight. That's a respectable fight for me. I think Bivol presents challenges to where if Canelo do beat him, fair and square, give him credit. That's I think one of the most dangerous guys at 175. I don't think nobody beats Bivol. So that'll be a great win for Canelo. For as my Andrade defense, like I don't get it how a guy could be avoided. A guy y'all make and critique the guy's resume, but it's the best guys that's willing. Let's not forget about the McGears who have chose not to fight him. Let's not forget about the Billy Joes who failed a drug test and chose not to fight him. Let's not forget about he done moved through multiple weight classes and not been able to get the big fights. Like I said, you done had the matchmaker and promoter on your shows tell you that. You still choose to critique what he hasn't done. So if the goal is to fight the better guys, why not?
Hey, man. Matchroom signed them. They should have had a plan. It sounds like there was more of no plan room than Matchroom because they ain't matched them up with nobody good. That's not my problem. My problem is you calling Canelo's run a country boy rock band. Or,
yes.
Or look who he undisputed. That his undisputed don't mean nothing. Meanwhile, who the fuck is Ndongo? You know,
yes.
What has Thomas Delorme done since he got his ass kicked by Crawford? Like, but somehow we find little holes. Oh, Callum Smith. Oh, he's just the #1 Ring magazine. They just give those belts out these days. Just anyone is a fucking Ring magazine champ.
Has anyone seen, though, what Callum Smith did in the fight he came back with?
Versus Lenin Castillo? My Dominican brethren? The way he flattened him? The way he flattened him and Dmitry Bivol has not or didn't?
I mean, who's done that to Lenin Castillo, dog?
No, the thing is this. Again, Maestro,
who's done that to Castillo?
Maestro, what you're going to learn is that the internet breeds boredom, right? There's people that are bored seeking entertainment. So when we talk boxing, we're not talking with people that actually watch Bivol fight Lenin and watch Callum fight Lenin. These are just people that read names off of BoxRec and want to see you and I riled up. They don't watch boxing. They don't watch it. I bet you some of these callers didn't even watch Catterall versus Taylor. I bet you. It's like these dudes don't watch boxing, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, and the thing is, you're absolutely right. I mean, it's not about criticizing Andrade. Like, I'm not criticizing Boo Boo. I mean, he's fought who he's fought. It is what it is. What I'm clapping back at is the double standard argument that the Canelo haters present, where they're saying that these moves to unify title belts and moves to move up weight to fight active, actual world champions
For real.
is somehow a duck-in move. But yet, it's every excuse in the book to defend why their favorite fighter, his moves are somehow better than Canelo's. I don't understand that personally.
London Runs Boxing said it the best, man. We're arguing with casuals, bro. And I'm a bit of a casual. I don't watch every single fight that's out there. I can't. It's just too much. And I don't like certain stuff. Like, I know the world enjoyed the hell out of that opening bout on the Showtime card last week.
Oh yeah.
See?
Ancajas?
See? That
I mean, Ancajas was the longest reigning world champ at 115, bro.
Yeah, the one that got upset, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that to me was just rock'em sock'em robots. I bet you there's writers around the world already writing articles to nominate that as Fight of the Year. And it's so unfair to me that that's what Fight of the Year means in this ridiculous fucking sport. Two dudes have to lose brain cells in order to earn Fighter of the Year. One dude, and it could be another person, but this is just the perfect example. Like for me, Mayweather, Canelo, he was Fight of the Year. You know, doing someone on that level and not being touched, like why do I gotta get beat up and beat him up for us to be Fight of the Year? Fuck out of here.
It's a good point.
Science.
It's a good point. I mean, one of the best fights I've seen live was when Rigo took on Nonito.
Oh my God. Fucking Rigo poor loss this week.
I know. It's very sad, and the guy needs to retire now. I mean, he's over 40 and fighting at 118. It's never really been a successful move, like 40-plus-year-olds in those lower weight classes. I just hope he has money.
Yeah.
and that he can provide for his family.
I don't even know, man. I mean, wasn't that on a YouTube stream with like 383 subs, not 100,000, not 100 million.
Yeah,
the YouTube.
I saw the fight on YouTube. That's how I watched it. But I mean,
they were streaming it though. They were streaming it to a channel that only had 383 subs. Like they could have fucking hollered at me for that.
You should have hollered. They should have hollered at you.
That's what I'm saying. You're gonna do that
and
bullshit.
to provide some commentary.
Jesus.
So, but my point is that the way he dismantled such a high level fighter like that in Nonito, like that's an example of what I think you're talking about. But unfortunately, yeah, there's a lot of people that think that a fight of the year is the closest thing to resembling Gotti Ward.
That's not it for me.
Anything less than that shouldn't be considered.
And that's the problem in this system. That's the only thing that gets nominated. Ancajas and what's his name? Because I don't want to disrespect the new champ.
Puma Martinez.
That's what gets nominated. That's not skill to me. Two dudes seeing quién es más guapo doesn't matter to me, bro. Like, I want to see somebody slip some shit and boom. What Tank did to Leo, where he slipped out the way and hit him with an uppercut that sent him into fucking 6 months off, that's what I want to see. Show me skill. Don't show me boop bop boop bop boop bop boop bop boop bop boop bop boop bop, and it's like you hit me, I hit you, you hit me, I hit you, you hit me, I hit you, you hit me, I finally fell, and the crowd goes wild. No, fuck out of here, dog. That shit is trash to me. Remember my new Skype rule? It's not a rule, but we just trying to have good quality here. If you want to talk, please raise your hand because I don't know when my blue collar guys are working. Shout out to the blue collars. This show was established on that, and we still are that. We got a super chat from 160 is my weight division. I want to unify from 5GP here. He says, shout out to the panel. Ness, remember 160 is my weight division. All right, who are you? Who are you? Who are you? I don't know. All right, so I think I got Brandon, obviously, Boomerang. What up?
Give it to JP from Long Beach, good brother.
All right. I got Mad Bent 100 with the super chat. He says Charlo versus David should go on a Euro tour as well. Yeah. I mean, look, I'm not even gonna pull up. Yes, I am. Because if we're gonna fucking make up rock bands, we about to find out what's Charlo been fighting. Let's see, Jermall. Thank you, Google, listening. I just had to put J. That shit was like Jermall Charlo. They fucking listen. And people hate that. Help me. I run a show here. Help me. Okay, so he fought the village people. Since he's not fighting one demographic, do we call him the village people beater? Because who'd he fight? Sebastian Hyland from, where was he from? Ireland or Argentina? Argentina. Let me click on it. Fuck it. These guys can't help. Argentina. And then he went on to Mexico's Hugo Centeno, former 54-pound fighter. And then he went on to Russia's Matt Korobov. And America's 154-pound Brandon Adams. Dennis Hogan's Ireland 154-pounder. Derevyanchenko's American 154-pounder. And Juan Manuel, the Mexican 154-pounder. Okay. All right. JP, what up? Boomerang, courtesy of your good friend.
Yeah, good looking to my young over there in Cincinnati. Nah, man, all I want to say is, bro, we ain't letting Canelo off the hook. I don't believe him. But he's wrong for that. But also those guys, the Andrades, the Charlos, Canelo is right. I don't believe that Canelo's only done what we've been asking him to do for years. Give us a route to you, motherfucker. That's all we want. Just give us a way and we'll go it. But for the other guys, their accountability, they got to do some shit. They got a performance. They got to force the hand. They got to close in the walls. Floyd never really wanted to fight Pacquiao, but through performance, Pacquiao made the walls close in on his ass. Same as Bud is doing with Spence. Those guys have that accountability to take up for themselves. That's my call.
Very true, very true, very true, very true. Pacquiao kept doing what he did, and he was forced to fight Floyd, or Floyd was forced to fight him. And obviously, there wasn't really forcing because that money was great. But that is everybody, and it looks like I got a cash app from CYP for a counter.
Call me now. My name is Floyd. My name is Floyd. My name is Money Mayweather.
What up, champ?
Yeah, I think that's 3. I don't know if it's 3 or 4. I need to ring that alarm when I'm done, but look. There we go. There we go. You know, one thing I've always despised about you is when you call somebody a weight class that they're not. Brandon Adams has 26 fights. 23 of them were above 154 pounds. 23 of his 26 were above 154. That's more 160-pound fights than Charlo has.
But
that's where
his success was.
But he fought the 154-pounder. It's the same thing they said about, I think it was Korobov, who had fought at 170-something. But he's bringing the guy up. Like, when you have to do that, you really don't have an argument when you got to make up shit. But last, I'm going to say this. The best doesn't look for advantages, but he will take them when they are offered. The best doesn't ask for advantages, but he does take them when they are offered. Now the question is, where does Canelo fit in that? CYP out.
I mean, Floyd always looked for advantages. What are we talking about here? My man literally took an IV before the fucking Pacquiao fight. It's like on record. What are we talking about? Like,
well, not to mention having Maidana switch his gloves at the last hour. I mean, we could go on and on. I mean,
he didn't have him switch. He paid $1.5 million to make him not wear MX gloves that Canelo wears. They're legal by any commission standards.
Right, and I mean, what did he pay that money for? A non-competitive advantage?
I don't know, bro. I guess so, because only Canelo looks for an unfair advantage as a champion. Ness is done.
Well, I got another one for you real quick. Sorry, Ness.
No,
what about telling Marquez to move up to a certain weight class?
And then blowing the weight?
Yeah, and then not even coming up anywhere near what the catch weight was supposed to be. I'm guessing that wasn't a competitive
and you know what's crazy?
Right?
You know what's crazy? As the years go by, nobody even mentions that. We just say he beat Marquez.
Yeah, because that's how it always works. Everyone forgot that the guy got screwed in terms of, we're gonna fight at this weight. Okay, wait a second. No, we're
just
not.
Like Cotto, though.
Here's $300,000.
Just like Cotto, he fought Pacquiao at 144. I got Fred Robinson that says, are we going to act like Andre had the same options as Canelo? Andre would have definitely taken a Canelo fight. Listen, you're only as good as your promoter, man. Those are the options you're given. You chose to sign the Matchroom. You chose to walk away from an Al Heyman signed contract to fight Jermall Charlo. Maestro, what do you think would have happened if Andre would have fought Jermall Charlo and beat him?
Well, I also got to talk about another choice. I mean, wasn't the first decision to sign with Star Boxing?
Yeah, but that was
likely because they had a bigger signing bonus than going with a major promoter that might have got you like better fights. I'm just asking. I mean, you know more about the business side.
I have no clue. Listen to me. I never understood why he signed a Star Boxing and Artie Paluto.
Yeah, I mean, he was an amateur world champion, AIBA world champion. It's the next best thing to being an Olympic champion. It's pretty much just as good, But then he ends up signing with a boutique promoter. Okay. So yeah, I mean, look, I'm not here to criticize Boo Boo. Boo Boo's doing what Boo Boo's doing. He's making the moves that he thinks are going to be the best for his own career. That's fine. That's his right, obviously. The issue here isn't with Boo Boo or with anything related to him. It's with the narrative that Canelo's somehow ducking by taking on Bivol, that Canelo's somehow ducking by not taking on a middleweight who hasn't even proven himself to be the best middleweight. You may think he is, but Charlo hasn't proven himself to be the best at 1 160, yet Canelo's ducking him at 168. I mean, it's totally illogical. It makes no sense.
I got a few callers here. CYP Counterpunch.
For one, I think you need to have Homeboy not on the show no more. He can't answer simple ass questions. I asked you where does Canelo fit in. You start talking about Floyd Mayweather. I didn't ask you shit about Floyd. So next time I counterpunch, I ain't even talking to you because you ain't man enough to even answer a goddamn question. Secondly, do y'all know the difference between fighting a guy who's bigger than you and fighting a guy who's your size? Every time Canelo has moved up, he has weighed the same as the guy he's fighting. Caleb Plant, 168, 167. Billy Joe, 167, 167. You can go on Kovalev, 174 and a half, 175. The difference between him and a guy like Pacquiao or Floyd, when they move up to a bigger weight, they'll weigh 151. The guy fighting will weigh 154. Roy Jones will move up and fight a heavyweight that's 230-something. Roy Jones will weigh 193. That's fighting a bigger man. How the hell does Canelo always seem to weigh just as much as the dude he's fighting every time he moves up? That's almost insane for us to say he's fighting the bigger man if he's always able to weigh just as much as the dude he's standing in front of. I'm gone.
Wow. Well, first of all, I wasn't responding to your last call because I was responding to Ness's question, not to you. So I didn't mean any disrespect by swerving your question. I wasn't responding to that with what I said. But people can say that Canelo's not the bigger man because he's literally shorter than most of these guys and has moved up to their weight class. I mean, the fact that he goes as high as possible with fighting within a weight is his business. I mean, if the weight class is 168, why should he weigh 164 or 165? If the weight class is 175, why should he weigh 169 or 170? Like, if I was him, I'd also be not, dehydrating down too much. I'd try to be as close to the contracted weight as possible. So Ness, maybe you could shed some more light on that, but I didn't really understand all of that.
I didn't understand that, but I got King Amin of Essex.
Just like the king is what I mean. The king is what I mean.
I mean, you gotta unmute. All right.
No, my bad.
What's good?
I almost shit the bed. You was about to throw me up under the bus. But yeah, this topic is interesting, and I'm listening, Ness, so I'm not calling to rebut you, but I'm calling I want to make sure that I know your style. Ness loves the boxer. He always leans towards the boxer. I could say, he had his feelings about Caleb Plant because he leaned towards the boxer. I could call that objective.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I'm going to agree with you and say this is my only issue with what Canelo's doing. I'm intrigued by the Bivol fight. Would I have preferred Charlo and Benavidez? Sure, for whatever reason. But I'm okay with the Bivol fight. But I'm like you too, Ness. I like boxing. That's why I like women's boxing. I like to see the style clashes. So when I'm thinking about a style clash between Canelo and Triple G at 168, that's that rock'em sock'em shit. Y'all must want to see. Y'all are closet MMA fans because you desperately want to see Triple G get beat to death in the ring. Right? So that's what, to me, takes out the valor and the intrigue at that fight. When they were doing it at 160, cool. It made sense. But now that Canelo has moved so far away from that, it isn't a credible fight at all. And that just kind of like, it's the smell you can't get out of your mouth. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you're young and you fingering a girl on a half day and you go to smell your hand and it fucking stinks. The Triple G Canelo fight stinks on my hands, man.
The analogies, whoa. The metaphors, let's go. Oh, man.
I'm not a big fan of that fight either. I'm over it.
If he comes out of the Murata fight without looking like he needed to rob someone to win, I can't be mad at him.
But at that point, right, I mean, again, if I'm going to be consistent and objective, I got to be consistent and objective. So on the one hand, I'm not criticizing for Canelo to go up in weight to fight an active world champion in Bivol, right? But on the other hand, I can't make the argument that the next best fight following that fight should be him fighting a guy who's done nothing at 168, who he's fought already twice, who he's already beaten once.
Bro,
moving up from 160 like that. Can't be the next. That can't be the best fight.
It could. Not the best fight, but it could be next, Maestro. Because listen, you didn't want Wilder Fury 3, but that's what trilogies are. Some people want them, some people don't. The fighters feel connected. I got a super chat and a counter punch. J-Mac, get ready. Jaime Nieto on the super chat. Andre Ward was my favorite fighter when he was active. But are we going to act like he didn't fight a bunch of Euro guys, but he gets praise? Just saying. I said it yesterday, Jaime. So shout out to you for listening to the show, coming back and saying it. Ward fought Arthur Abraham. He fought Mikkel Kessler. He fought Carl Froch. He fought Kovalev twice. He fought Alexander Brand. Like
even the challengers like Edison Miranda were tough guys.
No, but
contenders at that
he's
time.
Not a Euro guy. He's from Colombia. You know,
right.
I'm just
you're
naming
talking about the Europeans.
Yeah, because I mean, only my boy Canelo gets called this country rock band fighting bullshit. It's crazy, man. But let me get to this counter punch. I got J-Mac with counter punch number 4.
Yo, don't mix Andre Ward up with y'all narratives. Andre Ward fought the best guys that was in a position to fight at that time. So let's not mix the narrative up. Canelo's still choosing who he wants to fight. That's the difference. So let's be fair with that. Another lie you told about Andrade. Paul Andrade just did an interview on True Sport Boxing, I believe, and he said a contract was never signed. The fight got promoted. They agreed to it, and a contract don't get signed to the week of. So you know that, and you know better than that. But you like to keep saying narratives that support your lies when it comes down to Andrade. They never agreed, and they agreed to terms, but they still was negotiating a fight. This Paul Andrade quicker than it was while they were still negotiating because they never agreed to the terms. That's what that man said. I'm going to believe his word of your narratives and your lies. And my last point is, since we want to talk about what Floyd did with Marquez, I remember when Amir Khan got pulled up to 155, a made-up weight class by Canelo Alvarez, because he did not want to move 54 pounders, and he didn't want to move up and fight 160. Bullshit. Thank you.
You know,
it's
so hard. It's so hard to call these guys not delusional, but it's just like,
you know, that's like, bro. So I had a call come into my phone on Saturday, and I'm like, I didn't recognize the number, but it was 718. So
okay, New York City.
Yeah, I was like, New York City. So I take the call, and this lady immediately starts asking me questions about how I feel about the world, and I'm like, who is this? She's like, yeah, she gives me her name. I'm like, yeah, but where are you calling from? It's like, yeah, you know, I'm with the Jehovah's Witness and whatever. So I just said, yeah, that's okay. I'm a little bit busy, but good luck. I mean, my point is, if you believe in Jehovah's Witness, like, you're not going, like, I could sit there and talk to you for however long. I mean, I'm not going to convince you about anything if that's how you think and how you believe. Any show you watch or any activity you do, you're going to be looking through it through the lens of a Jehovah's Witness. So a lot of these guys, I look at it the same way. I mean, they've got a preformed opinion, right? They've been taught a certain thing, or they've decided to think a certain way. And, you know, it's like we're having two different discussions because they are entrenched in a certain view. I'm not entrenched in that view. I'm trying to see things for what they are. And it's no different than me speaking to that Jehovah's Witness lady. I'm not Jehovah's Witness, you know? So
I've interviewed enough fighters on here with PBC. They have over 200 fighters. I've been doing this consistently now for 10 years, no less. You know, most recently we had Stephen Big Shot Shaw say that his father ruined his relationship with Al Heyman. and that was a very hard pill for him to swallow, and that him and his father were in a very rough place with each other because of that, because he jeopardized his career. Same thing that Andrade's father did for Andrade. Andrade was the one that decided to get out of the fight with Jermall Charlo. Whether J-Mac wants to say that the contract was signed, which he's right. We've uncovered here on this show numerous times that, you know, it could be the date of the fight and the motherfucker then signs the contract. But it doesn't mean anything. You know who you're dealing with. If we have a deal in principle, we have a deal in principle. If you feel like it's a technicality and you can get out of it because Rock Nation was offering you more money, well, then you're just a scumbag trying to cover your foot tracks. You had a deal, but someone else offered you another deal and you went that way. That's just the bottom line. What you want to say about what contract wasn't signed, that's fine. If it were the way that you said, you wouldn't be blacklisted. J-Mac needs to understand that. You want to believe his father? More power to you. But now ask yourself, why is he blacklisted? Why hasn't he been able to get a fight 7 years later? If his father was telling the truth, he would have been able to get a fight with someone on the PBC side. Someone. But again,
hey,
you don't want to live in the reality you're living in. You just want to live in your own fucking head. What up?
Nuts, I gotta go.
Yeah, we all out. That was it. It's over.
Okay.
It's over, Hova. No more super chats. No more callers. You the man. Nest GTO. Let me see. I'm making sure here. What is this?
Nest GTO on Instagram and Twitter, at Nestor Gibbs on TikTok, and Ringwalk
Hold on.
Danny
I got a yo from J-Mac. Not sure. Don't want to leave you behind. Yo or no? That's a no? All right. Give out your socials, Maestro.
Yeah, it's Maestro Amilcar, which is my first name, on Twitter. I think it's the same on Instagram. I only really started Instagram, but main thing you should do is check out my YouTube channel, bro. Maestro A. Maestro A. That's my YouTube channel. I go live Mondays with my brother Kenny T for Mano a Mano Live. I saw Ness up in there yesterday, which was nice to see. You know, and you can catch me every now and again here when I'm got some free time. Yeah, that's about it. So thank you, Ness.
All right. No, thank you. Actually, thank everybody here in the community. Let's ring the alarm for them. Because we definitely just reached our next goal of 131,201. So we trucking. We trying to get to 131,300 now. Every 100 counts. Let's go. Catch me on the next one. Today is what? Tuesday, Wednesday, every day is Friday, Tuesday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. All right, we'll be back. Not sure, but who knows? Maybe. If not, tomorrow morning, without a doubt. Arrivederci.